This podcast was brought to you by our patrons at patreon.com/APWSTR. Become a patron for only $1 or more and get access to episodes early and ad-free, plus get exclusive content throughout the month.
I want to talk about like the creation of the podcast and the equipment.
You know, it's been 3 years, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about our 3 years. You know what?
Fuck,
You know, it's
yeah.
been 3 years since we fucking been start doing this podcast.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, there we go. And that's the intro, too.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. The
Whoa.
intro also refers to something that we talk about in the episode, and it's not some random bullshit like it is every other week. We did it. Oh, my God. We're a good podcast.
We're not.
You think we would have learned? We haven't. And that's why if we ever shit talk any other podcasts, you can use this soundbite of me saying we haven't learned anything in 3 years against me.
And we'll probably say, yeah, we haven't learned anything in 20 years either.
Yeah.
This was not a fucking learning experience.
Womp womp.
I expect in 20 years we're going to be sitting in our mansion, like, swirling drinks around. Just like, this was all about the money anyway.
It was always about the money. That's why I hardcore rob Patreon shit. That's why I'm so on Patreon. Is
Yeah, we're so
into it. It's not like I missed 3 weeks worth of Patreon exclusives. I'm in it for the money, baby.
Yeah.
That's the intro.
That's the intro.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Welcome to
A podcast will save this relationship.
I'm Josh, he, him.
And I'm Sarah, she, her. And I let him have
yeah,
that.
I know you did, and I thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
'Cause
I just want to make everybody...
Well, to be fair, I've been letting you have it for a little bit,
Well,
you know?
I don't know about that, but I did let you have it this time.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
How are you doing, sir? How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Welcome to our belated 3 years of podcasting.
When was the actual date?
I don't know.
Okay, fuck it. Fuck that. We don't need dates.
No, I know it was in March. I think we started in March. I think unironically, I think around the 29th.
Yeah.
Thank you for caring, by the way, like making fun of me trying to remember.
No, I don't give a fuck anymore.
You don't give a fuck anymore?
No, you couldn't say a date. You could have just made up a fucking date just then.
I actually don't know. I could look it up. I'm not going to.
No, fuck that.
But I think it's around our 3 years. It should be around 3 years of podcasting.
Fuck it. It is.
We've been doing this for 3 years now.
Yeah. This is
You probably
our
wouldn't
monster.
know it because the earliest episode is like from late 2019.
Yeah. But we did start.
We did
3
technically
years
start
ago.
podcasting about 3 years ago.
Yeah. Just a lot of our early podcasts were edgy and filled with information that we would not like to get out.
Disclose, yeah.
Yes.
Lot of burn bridges. I think we talk about it. Like I know we've talked about it before. But
Absolutely, yeah.
Because I mean, I feel like every time we have one of these milestones, I feel inclined to mention it just as like a refresher.
Yeah, because people are going to be like, no. And it's like,
actually, you haven't 100 episodes. I only count 70.
I know you guys made the podcast, but I know better because I can look at numbers. Yeah, no, we actually did start 3 years ago.
Yeah, we started 3 years ago. It's a little rundown fucking scrappy podcast.
That was insane. And I guess that's what I want to talk about is like physically the change of how we went from where we were to now.
Yeah, because like a lot of change happened in the past year.
We were living out of my old crack house.
Okay, no, we weren't. But no, but I mean, okay, that was around the time. Did you move out of your?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were doing
that.
It
Was in a. I had a.
Oh, so you're not actually joking because that might
no,
as well
legitimately, it was kind of a crack house.
Well, because
I did not smoke crack, but
no, you were
next
living
to people who did.
Yeah, a dealer, right?
Yeah, I was thinking it was a heroin dealer or something, and but yeah, in that like area there was a lot of crime because it was it was right next to the local university.
UCF,
yeah, and it was next to the off-campus frat houses.
Oh, the off-campus frat houses, like in between a bunch of the bars.
Oh yeah,
And like it wasn't because like that whole area is like gentrified now, but like that's like the one area where you lived in where it wasn't gentrified at all.
No, it was like
But because
legit.
of that, it got run down because no one gave a shit about it.
It was like right next to some like upscale high rises.
Oh yeah, like literally like 300 feet away. Yeah,
we went to go check out the house before we moved in, me and my old roommate, and we saw like a bunch. We found a bunch of pills, I think of Adderall, fucking like next to a burner phone. Was in
like
a
you
fucking,
do.
you know, whatever, and the back window, like sliding door window shit was beaten open with glass.
Oh yeah.
And the guy that previously owned it like showed up. Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah.
He like walked through the glass and was like, "Hey, who are you?" And we were like, because we had gotten approval to go see the house, so it was like supposed to be post, like the roommates moving.
But no, fucking.
But the guy was still there because it was like, "Yeah, I'm just here to charge my phone."
What the fuck does that even mean?
He just went back. He legit was just using an outside outlet of the house to charge his phone because it was like a halfway home kind of townhousey kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a townhouse with
the
like
entire
4 units.
building needed to have electricity, so he was just stealing electricity.
Yeah, God.
It was really funny. But yeah.
No, yeah, you live there, and I was like, this is a good place to record a podcast.
Yeah, let's start a podcast here.
And man, it's so wild. Yeah, I guess I know you want to talk about like the equipment a little bit because I mean,
just like think about it,
like how far we've come.
Yeah, as we started with arm mics that we screwed into a countertop.
Oh yeah, well actually it was the table, wasn't it? You had like a table right next to.
No, it was the countertop first.
Really?
Yeah, we had a table. But we decided not to use the table. I think because we didn't know if my roommate would allow us to use the table.
Okay.
So then we had this little countertop that you could look into the kitchen, and on the side,
Shit,
and it
right,
really kind of didn't work because the side countertops that had like a little dip. So then we tried to screw it on, but it wasn't
really
completely
working.
flat. So
forgot about that. Yeah. So yeah, that's how we started, and I remember using these shitty fucking $20 condenser mics, which was probably the biggest mistake of my career.
It was pretty That's your biggest mistake. That's not that bad.
Yeah,
I accidentally used condenser mics
in a house.
Yeah, but I mean the audio, was terrible.
Yeah, the audio was not great, but like, yeah, that's no. I've had worse mistakes, but fucking
right.
I remember though, like having those little fucking. There was, I think that time too. The first time we ever recorded, I had to hold.
Yeah.
The mic. Yeah, I had to hold a condenser mic.
Yeah.
And we were recording into Audition. I think.
We were on my laptop. I think
on your. I thought it was my laptop.
It might have been yours. It was on a laptop.
I know it was that during the time when that was the only computer I really had that was able to go.
Oh yeah, that was before it broke, right?
Yeah, it's actually. Right there, I think. I see it in the other side of the room.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, fucking, God, that was wild. I forgot about that. I remember that we would switch between your place and mine.
Yeah.
And there was a time, I don't remember how early on this was, but I remember there was a time, I don't know if this one's out, our AC wasn't working at my house, and you were over.
Yeah.
So inside our room while we were recording, there was just this loud fucking like AC unit.
Portable AC unit.
Which was like, holy shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
That was so funny.
I remember that.
Or there would be like times where like your mom would yell or something and interrupt the podcast.
Oh, yeah. God. Yeah, I was like 19 when we started. Yeah. I was a fresh young 19-year-old fucking trying to make a name for himself.
Yeah, I was 21, so.
And I remember like, we just like put it out and didn't really care too much about it.
No, and we just kind of did it whenever we wanted to. Did it every other week and was like, yeah, fuck it.
I mean, that's how it is. I feel like, that's how you kind of want it to be. It's just like you want to make something to make something,
Yeah, and it was definitely something that like got us into our own creative skins for sure.
Yeah, having that like a little warm-up phase to figure out what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And what we wanted to do both together and separately, I guess, because like, and what our like creative visions were. Because I knew that like, I remember during that time I was trying to do like YouTube shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I started doing a lot more of that during like 2020 into early 2021.
Yeah.
Attempting to do it. And by YouTube shit, I don't mean like how we do it now, because how we do it is like
Yeah.
way easier. I'm talking about like actual like
scripted, like breadtuber kind of stuff.
Well, not even breadtuber kind of shit. Like, I think that was like I had a plan for that to do it later once we moved in, but that hasn't really taken off.
I just mean like the style of like talking into a camera,
talking to a camera, being self, like commentary type shit, I guess, or commentary shit, vlogging, whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I still think there's a part of me that wants to do that.
Yeah, I think you should.
No, yeah, at some point I'll muster up the courage. I mean, the camera's already fucking set up, you know.
True.
But like, I don't know. It's fucking interesting to see like upgrading kind of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like making that decision last year to go like, let's just do cameras. Fuck it. You know?
That was a big decision for us.
Yeah, and I was like, I didn't really think much was gonna come from it at first. I think like there was like a hope of like, oh well, you know. I think this is the point where I want to take this seriously. Yeah,
well, I mean, we were also doing other creative projects. Like I was doing a band, and eventually I just kind of was like, maybe the band isn't going to work out, or maybe the band is like something to put on the back burner because like, whatever.
Yeah,
for whatever reason.
During the podcast, you've been in 2 bands.
Yes.
And I remember when we started out, I was like doing film shit at Valencia.
Yeah.
And that was...
yeah, like you would do the fucking Instagram things.
Oh my God. Have we ever actually fully talked about that?
I don't think so, but they were so funny.
Oh my God. So I guess maybe that's what we should probably talk about is like all the failed creative projects.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, I mean, not failed. I guess like projects that we had to take ourselves away from because they weren't fulfilling us, I guess, you know? One of the things I think I've definitely talked about my old film partner.
Oh,
to some length. I stopped talking to them for one reason or another. Fucking like early 2020, right before the pandemic started.
Yeah.
And
that was wild.
Yeah, and like that's, I mean, good timing apparently, because fucking the idea of like having to go out to film shoots during this pandemic would be awful.
You were on another podcast also, a live podcast.
We were on a live
radio.
podcast as part of the Valencia's college station. And I remember being the only person there that, because I did at the time I was doing this podcast.
Yeah.
So I had the skill. I was Twitch streaming then.
Yeah.
I actually had the skill to podcast, run audio, run video.
Yeah.
Do everything properly. And I remember the first day I wasn't treated that way. I remember the first time we walked into the fucking like radio station, the small cramped like, I don't know, 10 by 15 room, probably not even, probably shorter than that.
Yeah.
Like a little place where like there's 4 seats, and then if you had to bring other people in, you would have to just share a mic.
Right.
There's 4 mics, 4 seats, or whatever. And I remember like actually listening and figuring out how everything was, and I was the only one doing it, and I was just supposed to be the tech guy, you know?
Yeah.
No one else was paying attention, and I know that because they were late on the podcast. And when I got there late the first episode, and my mic was muted after I got there. They just never hit the button. The guy that was running
hit the button for anything, for any mics.
Yeah, and then
so they were all muted for like 10 minutes.
They were all muted except for I think one person. I think 2. No, really?
Yeah.
I would have to go look back at it. It's all up there. I'm not gonna link it, of course, because I don't want anyone to fucking find it.
And yeah, definitely. Yeah, no.
It's not. A, it's not worth. I don't want them to get dogpiled, and B, it's not worth anyone's time.
Yeah, it was. If you like really like hearing film bros kind of jerkies at each other,
you know, I saw this Family Guy thing. This is like a one family time. I was like, oh my God, this is what that podcast was. Where it was. You know, let's just say every thought that everyone else has already said into
exactly.
You know, and like that was God. I remember, and I was doing that. I think there was like 14, 15 episodes of that until it went on hiatus, and then it came back during quarantine because everyone was able to do it. And I was not invited first. Someone else contacted the other 2 guys, I think.
Yeah.
Or the other 2 guys got into contact with each other and then brought that guy in. It doesn't matter. All I know is I was the last person to know that it was coming back. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. Fuck this.
Yeah.
And then it went to shit because they didn't have the studio. They didn't know how to do like Discord or Facebook Meets or Zoom or anything.
Whatever, you don't know how to do these things. That, I mean, I understand not knowing. It's not in like a film major's basket to know everything about sound or to know everything about all these other or doing it live. You know, it's not in their shit.
Yeah.
So whatever. Okay, you know, you want to be Scorsese, you worry about cameras.
No, yeah, right.
You know what I
Fucking, I
mean?
get it. Yeah.
Like, I get that. And I understand not knowing about it because I'm not going to dogpile on somebody who's just ignorant of this type of medium, you know? But when you want to do it and you have a guy that will help you do it and he comes in and he helps you, don't just shit on him and not
That's the
learn
thing.
anything.
And that's what makes it like really funny to me.
Because you did this podcast for like months.
Yeah, it was going on for months, and then it was like sometimes it would be like it wouldn't be going on, and then like it was either every other week or sometimes someone just wouldn't be there, so it got canceled or whatever.
Yeah, it was like,
and like, you know, this is also a time when I was like an hour away from where it was recorded.
yeah.
So it'd have to be on days that I was there, and then, you know, all this other bullshit.
There was one time you did it by yourself.
Oh yeah, I think I started it by myself, and then the main guy came in with his sister.
Yeah, but you were there for like 40 minutes by
Yeah,
yourself.
and then I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know how to do this for like the radio station. Like, you know, for all the training I have from Twitch, it's like it's
Yeah.
weird doing it in this environment when it's supposed to be a
Hard to
film
do it
podcast.
alone. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was that wasn't fulfilling for me. I still did it because because, you know, any project you put an egg into, you know, any basket you put an egg into, you hope you get more eggs out of it, right? But I think like I just did not get anything from it after a while.
Yeah, I think it just wasn't serving you after a while.
And yeah, and like, I don't know, I think as it kept going, I was really silent and just trying to keep chat going, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And like, just because like no one else was giving a shit about it, you know? And I just happened to have the fucking computer in front of me, and I brought my other computer to keep an eye on things.
Yeah, it was just like a shame.
Yeah,
You know? It could have been
So-
a cool podcast, but it just
It
kind
got
of
ruined by a bunch of egos.
Yeah.
Which, I
Jesus.
mean, that makes sense. It's a fucking film college film podcast, you know, like fucking whatever, you
Well,
know.
I mean, it does say something though that this podcast is successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong, I think a lot of our success I attribute to luck and
Yeah.
being in the right place at the right time.
But I think also, like, you know, you have to come correct and build it.
Yeah, and like,
Because, you know, there are so many people out there who don't do that, and then their luck comes their way and they're not ready. You know what I mean? You have to be ready for luck to come your way so you can take advantage of it, which is kind of what we did.
yeah.
So,
And I don't know. Yeah, I agree with that a lot, you know.
like, we could have had one episode blow up and then
Have nothing else
Nothing
come from
else.
it, right? And like, it's definitely hard to like keep momentum going after something picks up steam. And it has been hard, I guess. Like, I mean, it's definitely, it's still grown, you know, it's still like doing what it needs to do to sustain itself, you know?
I still count it as a success.
Oh, yeah, no, this is a for sure successful podcast. I mean, it was a successful podcast before we blew up, you know?
Yeah, I think so too.
Like, I got to actually talk, you know? So, like,
Yeah.
there's that. And then, like, I remember being part, and I guess my entire film, like, shit is
Mhm.
like the creative project that was not fulfilling me and doing anything, because none of my shit, like any ideas that I really had, didn't really come up from, you know.
Yeah.
I would usually just be an actor or the guy holding the camera, and that's it, you know.
Yeah.
There's one guy running the show, and I just happened to be the guy that knew enough to help him run the show.
Right.
And you know, people knew that, and like, I know there's one guy that was like, hey, you should probably just, you know,
Do
do your own thing, you know, or like, you know, hey, you know, like have a little bit more confidence or something, you know what I mean? And that guy is cool. Like, that guy's a fucking, I think he's actually doing like script supervisor PA shit now.
pretty cool.
That's good for him. I know a lot of people that were in the film program that have successful careers.
Yeah, that's the other thing is, like, you know, it really was a strange sort of environment for me, because I came from the music department, and like, music is always like, you can quote unquote hitch your wagon to somebody or whatever, but you're not actually hitching your wagon to anybody. Like, they are very upfront with telling everyone that this is you are individually a business, you know?
Yeah.
You have to individualize your skills and be like, each one of you should try to get into the Philharmonic, you know?
Mm.
Each one of you should go and try and achieve your own individual dreams. It's not like they're not making boy bands out there, you know?
Yeah, no.
They're not like, oh, okay, these boy bands and that'll be their thing and then that'll be blah, blah, blah. But it really did seem like in film, it was like, who could group up with each other to make the most money?
Yeah, or like who can group up to make the best like
product.
And well, I mean, because that's how the film industry is. It's like
it just was interesting because I had never known that about the film industry at all.
and it's so fucking weird now.
I knew nothing before I met you.
And like I guess that kind of goes into the Instagram thing too, where it's kind of like God, I have not looked at this person's Instagram in a while. I wonder if they're still
I thought about them today.
Really?
I don't know why. I didn't look them up, but I thought about them. I guess I saw a TikTok from it was like a sketch. It was kind of similar, and it was
okay, yeah.
It looked like it was in Valencia, like the Valencia library.
Oh God.
So I was
might be like fuck.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I think it's just a college library, but
no, yeah, it's it's a very college thing to do. So I the guy that I worked with that I did the film stuff with got somehow in contact with like an Instagram comedian, I guess. I don't know if you know what they did. I guess like Instagram, just someone on Instagram that had a kind of a big following.
Kind of like a fitness.
Did fitness, but wanted to get into like sketch comedy, and they've been doing sketches for a little bit, but they mostly do like
with their
I guess
sister.
Soccer.
Soccer stuff.
Sister and friend or some shit. I think I can't remember. I don't remember how they met, but I know the first time it was like they wanted to do like fight choreography stuff, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
And that was I'm gonna really try and be nice here. I can't though, but like it was cringy.
It was pretty cringy.
It's cringy in the way that like a 19-year-old thinks comedy is
like,
supposed to be.
That's funny.
It's kind of like it's like Logan Paul fucking like sketch type of shit, where it's like
but also like not good. Like like even Logan Paul, even Lele Pons.
That's what it is. Yeah, it was Lele Pons.
Even Lele Pons, they do a thing that makes it good where they like overact or whatever.
But there wasn't like an overacting. It was like this is where I blame both of them for not being honest about what type of shit they do. Because the guy I was with was slowly making a turn for like more serious stuff.
Yeah.
And then the other person was more of a fitness person. And there was one sketch that I was really pissed off about that I didn't get a
was
creative
it the weather
input.
sketch?
Okay, well that one's just dumb. That one's just. Well, I mean, it's it's okay. So what's the premise? Florida weather. It sucks, right? It's weird. On Monday it's hot. On Tuesday it's cold. Wednesday it's raining. I mean, whatever. And then and
then she didn't show up with the stuff
with the props. Yeah,
so
and then I had to go to my car and grab a fucking umbrella.
That was really funny.
Yeah, and then like I remember being in the fucking editing bay and being like, all right, I guess I'll put it into a square for you, and then put the bars up and down, do that shit. It's kind of like the remember Drew Gooden's video on that fucking magician?
Yeah.
And they do the Facebook thing, but since it has to be in a square, you put the 16:9 video in the center, and then the black bars in the letterbox, and it's stupid and it's dumb, and no one should do that, and no one does that anymore because we all agree that it's stupid and dumb.
Yeah.
So I had to do that. That
Quibi
one was
did
bad.
that for us.
Huh?
Quibi did that for us.
Oh my God! Thank God for Quibi.
Thank God for Quibi.
Thank God. You know what?
That's
Quibi
the only
did
good
one
thing that Quibi
is that
did.
we normalized having different aspect ratios.
Yeah.
That weren't fucking square.
Yeah.
That being said, I still make square Instagram posts. So, but so that one was bad. Just because it's a bad premise, whatever. There was another one that could have been good if I was allowed to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And that really makes me sound like an asshole, but I need to explain why I'm right about this.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Christmas Day one. It was around Christmas. I don't remember, were we dating? It had to have been when we were dating. I don't know if this was a year or two into it or a year in.
Maybe a year in.
It was like, it's a Black Friday sketch, and it's supposed to be like a dramatic, like going up to the person, and then they're like ready for Black Friday, the war paint, whatever. Haha. And
yeah.
What
I think I remember this one.
What I wanted to do, it's a Christmas sketch. I wanted to put one of the renditions of like Jingle All the Way in there in the back. Yeah. Because the person's like running through Walmart. Yeah. Just trying to grab a bunch of shit, and they're bumping into people, and we put the people up. We didn't like try to disturb anyone. Right. And we had one guy doing like exaggerated things, so I wanted to make sure that they had like screen time. Yeah. And all of that was good, and I think my cut stayed in.
I remember that one was being kind of funny.
Yeah, because I fucking edited it. Yeah. So
did you make a version or something?
No, yeah, I made the first version of it. Yeah. And then the second version was not made by me.
And it was like all the funny parts were cut out.
It was cut out because what the guy wanted to do was do a Game of Thrones parody.
Right, because Game of Thrones was a big deal back then.
And then Game of Thrones, the Game of Thrones fucking
that doesn't make any
soundtrack was on it
goddamn sense.
for a Black Friday Christmas sketch.
Yeah, a lot of the things was like that doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, you know.
But if you told
like,
this guy it didn't make sense, he would be like, "What are you talking about?" And
no, it's really funny.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with that. So
yeah, and so it's not. You know, at this point, I was like beaten into submission of like, all right, do it.
Yeah, you really did a lot of like, all right, whatever, do whatever you want.
Do it. I know that I'm not the one calling the shots here. I'm not gonna pretend.
Yeah,
like fuck you. Like just do it.
Yeah,
and now I have this podcast. So.
I mean, and that's the biggest thing is like, you know, fucking the different places that we moved, all that was happening. And that was the, you know, all of the Instagram stuff and the film stuff and my band stuff, and like all the different things and the school also and jobs.
Doing school, doing jobs. Because for like, I think
were happening.
Yeah, for like that first year of doing the podcast, I was working at fucking Universal.
Yeah,
and I was there was a point where I was doing like 3 days a week. Yeah, that's the max I was able to do. And then fucking having to do night shift and then wake up early for some of the classes or whatever. And then
also date.
And then date.
Which,
and then,
I mean, arguably is more intense back then than now because you had to drive an hour and we had to figure out stuff to do together.
Yeah, and then
which is hard.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think the podcast was thankfully one of the things that
we did together
on like a schedule, and you know, and then that would be a day we would have together, you know?
Yeah, but like, isn't it amazing that we figured out how to do this really consistently for 3 years?
Yeah, and it's I mean, it's wild to me. I mean, I don't, I really don't want this to be like a fucking like circle jerk of
fuck all these things that we used to know. Because
no, I don't want it to be that too. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, fuck all those things I used to do, but
yeah, I mean, I have a weird relationship with the two bands that I was in, but I still think that some of the music was good.
No, yeah, and I agree too. I did like some of the music.
Ideas was all right.
Yeah, you know, and like, I mean, it's really hard for me, and I know I did this 10 seconds ago, to completely be like, I mean, yeah, like part of it was everyone was young and dumb. Although the guy that I was working with was like
27 at the time.
Yeah, 27 at the time, so probably in his 30s almost.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and then
whoa.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's
is like
crazy.
You expect like other people, and you know, I've grown up when like
I think our friend is gonna turn 29 this year.
Fucking
from my old band.
Nerd.
Jesus. My God.
Yeah, so that's the thing is like, and that's like the other thing that I think is like really like makes me like, oh shit, this is awesome, is because I feel like being the young person.
Yeah.
And being 22 or 19 with a bunch of like 30-year-olds, like no one took me seriously.
Yeah, of course.
And then like the other young people that I was with, there was one guy that I worked with, and I get why people don't take young people seriously.
Yeah, no, I totally get it now.
Like, I get it. Like, I mean, you know, and in hindsight, I'm like, yeah, no, I wouldn't listen to me, and B, if I were to listen to me, it would be a hard time because there were other people. You know, I
get that too, but also like I really try to not be that. Like we sold some guitars yesterday, and the lady at the Guitar Center was this adorable lady. She seemed younger. I think she was younger or
around our ages.
Yeah.
One of our ages. I don't know which one.
Yeah.
But she was really nice.
She was super nice, but I could tell that like she didn't really know much about guitars.
Yeah.
Because you know, she didn't know like the model or anything, or you know how to restring guitars. Which isn't a problem. I think that's actually great.
Yeah, and I think I chalked it up to like just being a new person. You know.
Well, I mean, like you know, just because I think like it's okay for somebody to work at Guitar Center and not be somebody that's deeply into guitars, but just to be somebody that's like maybe interested in guitars so that they can learn. I think that's great. But really, from a musician standpoint who has tried to work at Guitar Center and knows a lot of people who've worked at Guitar Center, it really is like a dicking contest on like, who knows the most, who is the master, who is the guitar god, and who does the best and who sells the most and blah, blah, blah. And it's so stupid. So I was like, okay, this is nice that, you know, this lady, you know, doesn't know anything, not anything, but like doesn't know that much. And, you know, I was like tried to help her as much as I could. And she got it.
No, exactly.
She did a fine job.
Yeah.
And I just had this overwhelming feeling of like, damn, that used to be me. This like 19-year-old fucking lady that wants to know more about guitars so badly, but is kind of, it's so difficult to learn about it on your own as a woman because there's a distrust of men in the music industry for good reason.
Yeah.
And also like men that are in that toxic men that are in that sort of scape are like, well, fucking here's a test.
Oh yeah.
You know, instead of, this is what this is.
Yeah, it's just a big fucking pissing contest, you know? And like, I mean, yeah, I think that's the thing that sucks. And I think I know we've touched on this many times, but like, you know, that's the thing that I always hated about a lot of these industries, you know? And like,
absolutely.
And you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think there is a time and a place for a pissing contest, I think. And that's not when it's a bunch of new people.
Yeah.
You know, I think, you know, like I think it's fun to have a pissing contest when it's a bunch of people who all think they know each other and I'm sitting in the back with popcorn. You know,
it's fun to watch a pissing contest.
It is fun to watch a pissing contest, you know?
I agree with that.
And sometimes it's fun to be in a pissing contest when you have the better piss.
It's fun to win a pissing contest.
It's fun to win a pissing contest.
And it's fun to watch a pissing contest. Don't get me wrong.
Contest. Is it bad? Is it sometimes toxic? Yeah, of course.
I think most of the time it's toxic, probably.
But like, I don't know. There's still an entertainment quality, but like, I don't know. It is hard to like fucking get out of that mentality though.
Yeah, it really is.
So like, I mean,
and it's both of those. I feel like classical music isn't as much of a pissing contest, even though it definitely can be.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
I've magically been able to be a part of places that are not that much of a pissing contest. But fucking definitely guitars and rock music are a pissing contest for sure. And film is also a major pissing contest.
Oh, film's like the biggest one. It's you know, at some point I remember the guy that I was talking about earlier that was like around my age. Yeah. Some guy. He was like a fan of like David Lynch films, and he asked me at one point, "Oh, have you ever seen? What do you think about David Lynch?" Oh yeah, and I never.
You've never seen a David Lynch film?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I don't think I have either, but I've known about them.
Yeah, I know about David. Yeah, I'm not going to be like...
Yeah,
but
it's not like I don't know David Lynch, but...
Yeah, and then he was like, oh, like, what's your favorite David Lynch film? And I just lied and said one of them.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
You have to do. That's and you know, it really sucks to lie, but like...
It does.
Sometimes you have to save your ass because the alternative is, why haven't you seen any? Why don't you know how to play this guitar riff?
Fucking time.
What do you mean you haven't heard of John Mayer?
Right, exactly.
You know, it's like just trying to fucking...
Even if you know your shit, a question like that is stupid.
Yeah, it's not like useful information, you know, and like it's not like gonna advance us farther in our careers of like wanting to make shit.
One time I was recording in that building, the Valencia Film Building, with my band. I was recording guitar, and one of the I was recording rock guitar music.
Yeah.
I was recording it. So obviously I know a little bit about it, maybe.
Yeah, no, a little bit. Just a little bit.
And I was sitting in the back because I think the singer was recording, or not the bassist, but maybe the drums were. And I was sitting in the back, and one of the PAs was sitting behind us and was just saying lyrics from... or like the titles of songs,
really,
from alt rock bands, and like people didn't know what they were, which is not, you know, nobody knows everything, but they were like from the 2000s, which is my shit. So I was like, why are you saying stuff from like the Arctic Monkeys? And then he was like, whoa. I was like,
came his pants.
Yeah. And then like he kept going on and on about it, and I was like, yes, like, but I was trying to explain to him, you look like a nerd.
Yeah, you look like a fucking dweeb.
Nerding up my recording space.
Yeah, this is rock and roll, baby.
We're trying to record music. Can you stop being a dickweed?
Yeah.
Please. And he just like wouldn't, he was just like trying to test everyone. It wasn't just me. It wasn't like, oh, there's a girl here, let's test and see if she knows music.
But trying to get everyone to like,
yeah. And he was like, he wore all black and he had like a leather jacket.
Fuck yeah. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
he looked like he was balding a little bit.
Never mind.
Yeah.
That's a different person probably.
He had like real short hair and he looked like he was balding a little bit.
No, yeah, that's probably... I know there's one guy that
he
walked
wasn't
around
unattractive.
with a similar...
He was
No,
attractive.
yeah,
but,
like that's the weird thing because there's a guy that wore exactly those same clothes. I was like, oh yeah, I know him. And then you said balding. I was like, oh no.
yeah.
A
There's
lot of people
more than one. Yeah.
There's more than one person.
Oh my God.
But no, I mean, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
why I guess this podcast has been so, and that's why I wanted to put effort into this. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like fucking.
It was kind of magic that as soon as we started putting the effort in from all of our different failed projects,
Yeah.
that it started popping off. People liked it.
You know, and like, I mean, that's what, I mean, I don't know. I'm happy that all this effort helps people too, I guess. And, you know, I'm a broken fucking record. I've said this. I said this at 100 episodes. I said this when we hit 1,000 subs, but like, I don't know. It's good to be here. You know,
It's really nice. This is
I
a
don't
nice
know.
time.
This is a very nice time.
And it's
like,
always been a nice time. I don't think there's ever been an episode that we've put out that have like had bad vibes.
last week's, the weeks before, every episode.
I think like once or twice we had a bad episode, maybe.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. There's probably
Like we just had weird tension because of something. But
Yeah.
we don't send those out though.
oh yeah, no. Well, there's a lot. Oh boy,
Yeah. We will re-record.
we will re-record. I remember I remember one time we had to re-record because it was I think right in the start of the pandemic, and my computer fucking froze.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what happened, and nothing got saved.
Oh shit.
So I had to redo it.
I remember one time you were really mad and grumpy and mean because your feet hurt because you were at Universal and it was raining and your feet got wet.
Yeah.
And
oh my god. That's
Your feet were all crampy, but you didn't tell me. So then we were just sitting there. I just thought you were mad at me.
yeah.
And then we had a fight and then you were like, my feet hurt. And I was like, well, then let's get your feet better. And then like we got you a foot bath or something.
oh yeah, that helped out. Actually, yeah.
And then we re-recorded the podcast
Yeah.
because we were like, okay. It was just like one of those things,
So
you know?
I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I'm happy that we've learned to not release. You know.
We've both learned how to communicate to each other.
Yeah.
And we've also learned how to create something, you know?
And I think that's it's
It's
awesome.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Cheers to 3 years.
Here's to 3 years.
Fucking, I don't know what else to say. I feel like it does feel weird because I know we had 1,000 like 2 months ago, and I feel like I said all this last 2 months ago.
True.
So I do feel weird, and I apologize if I've repeated a lot of things.
Yeah, somebody out there is
I
mad
just steamrolled
that you're
through this.
repeating them. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. And I'm happy that we've been doing this for so long,
Hey, me too, man.
and I can't wait to fucking end it in 2 years. Jesus, too much.
2 years when
116
I fucking
episodes.
kill myself.
Fucking hell. Too many episodes.
That's too many. I think the fucking the Bim Bam's going on like 400 now. 500?
They're way past 500.
Really?
They're like 600, I think.
Are they for real?
Look it up. I want to say they're
I
past
don't know.
500.
Maybe I just haven't listened to them since 400, but fuck.
I thought we listened to the 500th episode together.
Did we?
Yeah.
I thought that was like the 400th episode. You
Just
can't
us talking about other podcasts.
You can't get mad at me if there's that many. Oh my god, there's 603.
Called it. Oh my god, I knew it. Fucking dab on him.
That's too fucking many.
You showed me McElroy's, and I know more about him now than you do. Fucking teacher becomes the student, baby. Ooh, baby.
I gotta get back on that. I remember when there were 400 and I fucking listened to all of them. And I was like mad because like I didn't have any more, and I didn't want to listen to their fucking D&D one because it made me fall asleep.
Bring back
And I
dirty
still
20s.
haven't been able to do it
That's
yet.
gonna be someone's comment.
Bring back dirty 20s.
Now that you mentioned D&D,
If we get the thing,
if we get a table, yeah,
we
eventually.
can do that. Yeah.
If I rethink the entire recording space, yes, we will.
If I'm not okay, here's the thing.
Mhm.
If I'm not going to school in the summer because of the thing that is happening right now in my life,
Yeah.
fucking, I'm gonna write a dirty 20s campaign,
Okay.
an entire campaign,
Okay.
starting
Just solo
from
player.
yeah,
Okay. So it'll just be me playing.
starting from 0, make a new character, and 0 to 20 is how I'm gonna base it off of.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm gonna write it over the summer, and by the end of the summer, we'll be able to do dirty 20s.
Cool. Let's do Dave Matthews first, though, because
Well, yeah.
yeah.
Dave Matthews, though, you have said to me that you like want to write it.
Yeah, I want to write the intro and then write intros for all the different albums. Because it's not going to be fucking song by song anymore. That was a bad joke to make.
Yeah.
I started listening to some of them, and my critique was the same for all of them. So
Okay, we can go album by album, and then we can go on to
do
other
artists.
Yeah,
That's my plan. So we're gonna have a music podcast soon first.
we can do Bob Dylan.
Yeah,
He has
for real.
hella albums, dude.
Fuck. But no, yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta rethink the whole thing. But
Yeah.
we're gonna have more podcasts out.
Working on content.
Working on content. Non-stop grind.
I thought today it would be cool if we did like we tried a 100% Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door.
That's like a gaming series.
Yeah,
Okay, I'd be down for that.
because neither
let
of
us
us
know-
have beaten it, but we love that game.
Yeah. Let us know if we ever make a gaming channel. Do you want it on a separate channel or this channel? Since we're moving clips over,
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know how it would fucking work, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Speaking of seeing, I gotta go see the bathroom because I gotta pee.
Damn.
But do you want to do you want to do an ad read and then do stories?
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
All right, yeah, cool. Oh shit, it's the fucking ad read, baby.
Oh fuck.
Hey, are you enjoying this podcast?
Yes, I
You
am,
better-
Josh.
If you're on YouTube, you
Yeah.
better like, subscribe, and hit the bell.
I'm on
please.
YouTube right now. I guess I'll go do that.
Yeah, but if you're not on YouTube right now,
Yeah.
you should. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, you should rate us 5 MFing stars.
All right, I'll go do that too now. Also, I'll get off of YouTube and I'll go to Apple and I'll rate 5 stars for APWSTR Productions.
Yeah. So do that.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
how you
gonna,
do it for free. That's how you do it for free if you want to support us in
I'm
that
gonna
way.
do that. Please support us
Yeah.
for free.
If you want to support us financially,
Oh, I got hella cash.
you got hella cash.
Yeah.
Well, for $1 a month, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/APWSTR. And then
Oh my gosh, it's only $1?
yeah, it's only $1 and you get episodes earlier. We're trying to get them out a day early.
Yeah.
And then also
That sounds
fucking,
great for me, the
exclusive
customer.
content. Yeah, it's awesome for the customer. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
If you don't want Patreon content and you want to give us support us with a one-time donation, head on over to buymeacoffee.com/APWSTR.
Oh my God.
If you buy us coffee, we'll say whatever you have to say as long as it's not offensive.
Absolutely.
So we actually do have a coffee. This came to us from Abby. I listen to your podcast every week. It makes me feel less lonely. So happy I stumbled upon this podcast. You guys are great. So thank you very much for the
Abby.
compliment. We
You're the
appreciate it.
best.
We will read whatever you guys have to say. It'll be like whatever you say for the coffees. So
Yeah. Wish
That's-
somebody a happy birthday. Tell your wife you're cheating on her.
mostly that one.
Say
Please
hi to
pay
your,
us. We'll break the news.
Tell your dog that you love him.
Anything, whatever
anything
you
you want.
Yeah. So that's buymeacoffee.com/APWSTR.
Yes.
But yeah, that's the ad read. If you don't want to listen to that ad, that's also available on Patreon. Patreons don't get ads
Absolutely.
or coffees.
I'm one happy customer.
Yeah, and you will be too. Literally, if like a tenth of the people that watch these podcasts pitch in $1, we'd have like extra $50 a month.
That's pretty dope.
That's only $1. Yeah,
But you don't have to.
you don't have to do it. Don't worry.
We have jobs.
Yeah,
We want to not have jobs in the future, but
we want to
like
make more fucking content.
that's just because we want to be everywhere.
Yeah, put my name in lights
I want a billboard.
on a billboard.
We should get a billboard at some point.
At $2,000 a month, we'll get a billboard on
Yeah.
Patreon. That's the goal.
We'll go get a billboard in Florida.
I think there's like a company that does billboards on like a.
I want it on the Florida highway next to the baby. Don't kill your baby
Oh, yeah.
billboards.
Don't kill your baby. Listen to APWSTR.
And I want us to be like next to each other and be
like
like,
lawyers.
you should totally kill your baby.
Yeah.
And listen to APWSTR.
Abort that baby. APWSTR style.
Kill that fetus.
All right. So you got listener stories?
Yeah, I do.
Welcome to the listener stories segment. What if one day I just asked you if we had listener stories and then you just said no,
No.
and we ended the podcast right then and there?
Goodbye.
We do an ad read and then just say, fuck you, leave.
Thanks for listening. That was it.
That was it. That's the podcast.
Okay. Are you ready?
I am now ready.
It's from Anonymous He They.
All right.
Am I the asshole for keeping my hookup with my best friend's boyfriend?
What?
I, 22 NB, was great friends with my best friend at the time. We were at school and her boyfriend messaged me when I was at lunch. He said, "Want to hook up later after school? I will pick you up and we can go to the park." I didn't want to at the time because it would hurt my friend, but he said he wouldn't say anything. We did the deed. Then I went home. no thought in between those things.
I like the
Nothing else.
No one will know about it. Don't worry. No one
No,
will
I
know
won't
about
say
it.
shit.
Fine. It's all good.
Oh, okay. Sounds
Cheers.
great.
Let's fucking go. It's the nice park. It's the one where the doggos run.
It's so funny to me.
Just fucking fuck it.
We had sex. So then I was like, oh, hell yeah. All right, cool. A few days later, we were hanging out at the lunch table we usually hang out at. He kept making it obvious that he was hooking up with me. I felt super bad and tried to tell my friend. She didn't believe me. Her boy.
Why? One person's making it super obvious. The other person straight up told you.
This is a terrible situation, and I'm so sorry for laughing, but it's so funny. It's so funny.
Listen, I know teenagers are stupid or whatever, but like, come on.
Come on, man.
How old? What's the ages again?
I don't think we have ages. I-22NB.
Oh, and this was like a couple
At
years
the time.
At the time,
So this must have been in high school.
or 22 at the time.
No,
Oh, okay, all right, never mind.
no.
I thought it was like college. I was like, okay, this is worse because you guys
He's
are
22
functioning
now.
adults.
And they used to be.
Okay,
I guess I assume this is high school because it's the lunch table.
yeah.
Her boyfriend kept asking for us to hook up, and his reasoning was because she wanted to wait until they were married. It's been years since we hooked up, and I feel bad. Am I the asshole for hooking up with my best friend's boyfriend? Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
The only reason I could see it not being is if the
girl knew about it,
girl knew about it and was like, I don't want
like an open relationship or something.
Yeah, if they didn't want to hook up until like they didn't want to hook up with each other until.
But she was
But
like,
then-
whatever, go fuck my best friend. I don't care. But then why deny it?
Yeah, that's kind of.
That was the part where I'm like, I mean, listen, I've had toxic girl friendships where,
I really don't get any of the story if I'm being honest, but like.
I've had toxic girl friendships where like a man will be interested in you, but because of for whatever reason they think they're better than you, they're like, oh, that wouldn't happen to you,
I mean,
I don't believe you, especially if it's their boyfriend. They're probably like, no, he loves me. Which then my toxicness,
there's a part of you that
in
wants
me
to
is
be
like, well, then you know what?
alright,
Fuck
yeah,
her.
Fuck her.
Fuck her.
I mean, yeah, but like that's
Fuck
also
that
like
bitch.
that's not like the good answer.
No,
like,
it's not, and I
like,
really want to underscore that's not the right instinct to
that's
have.
not the. That's such a okay. I need to rethink this.
You're the asshole. Yeah.
You're probably the asshole. Yeah, I mean,
The boyfriend's the asshole for wanting to cheat.
yeah, I think your boyfriend, not your boyfriend, the girl's boyfriend,
Yeah, the girl's
is
boyfriend.
more of an asshole than you are.
I do think you're an asshole for just being like, okay, like where's your loyalty, fam?
Yeah, I don't know. Like fucking,
Like,
it's just
that's
not.
the thing. Is like if she's a bad friend to you, this is not the way to go about it. Just stop being friends with her and don't hook up with her boyfriend. And I mean,
Yeah, it's not really that complicated.
it's really not.
It would be
It's very
one thing-
straightforward.
It would be one thing if like you were like no at first, but then they kept like leading you on, like some weird like emotionally manipulating you.
Yeah, no.
But you were like, no, yeah, fucking let's
go.
Yeah. I think that's what makes you more of an asshole
Yeah.
is that there wasn't like
Really any
it
back
was kind
and
of
forth
like
in your mind
yeah, I think like, if it's
from
like,
what you've told us.
from what you've told us, yeah. So we either need
I
a
assume
lot
it
more context.
was terrible for you, but
Yeah, no, I'm willing to bet. Yeah, I mean, if you're feeling regret, that's good. If you're feeling
But
regret,
I'm also not going to
like,
be like poor baby
Poor
to the
baby.
person who cheated on.
And also, this
who
was like
helped
years ago,
cheat.
so stop thinking about it.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, yeah, guess what? We all get to be the asshole at some point.
yeah.
This was probably one of the few times, or however many times that you were the asshole. But
If you want to come clean, come clean. If you
Come
don't,
clean, yeah.
then don't. I don't know.
if you gotta wash the sin from your mind, I mean, yeah,
If they're still together, go ahead.
yeah. If they're still together, it's probably actually a good idea to
If
let them
they're
know.
not, then it's up to you. Who cares? But you're just telling a person that you were not loyal to them,
Yeah,
like at all.
especially it's your best friend, and then they fucking I don't
Yeah.
it's just
You're kind of an asshole fan. It was kind of an
Kind of an
asshole
asshole.
move. I'm
kind
not
of a dick move. Yeah,
This is my opinion on people that are the asshole. You know what I mean? I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of times people who read these will go, "What an asshole! That guy's a piece of shit. Fuck that guy. He's a terrible person and
I
will
think
be
there's-
forever."
That's the thing. I think in most situations where there's an asshole, they're probably not going to be an asshole forever if they have an opportunity to grow as a person.
No person is their behavior. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But your behavior is a good way for other people to determine if you're worth, hanging out, like having a close relationship or trust.
Yeah. So like,
so you could have an asshole moment. I've had an asshole moment. Josh has had asshole moments. Everybody in the world, even your mother, even your father, have had asshole moments.
Yeah.
And there were times where they were an asshole. Even your faves, honey, are problematic. But fucking,
yeah, right.
This is just, don't do that again.
Yeah, just don't do it again.
You're not like scarred for life.
Yeah.
Just learn from it.
Just fucking. It's okay. Yeah. You made a mistake, move on.
But in this situation,
you're kind of a dick. You're kind of an asshole.
It's okay though.
Yeah, fucking
just don't do it again.
Yeah, just don't do it again.
Now, if you said, "Oh, okay, so I did this, and then I fucked my best friend's every single boyfriend," after that,
I'd be like, "What do you have against your best friend?"
I would be like, "You need fucking therapy, dog."
I need to check on my best friend's significant others. I gotta make sure they're good enough for them,
Yeah, by training them in the art of sexual romance.
Yeah, that would be weird. That would be a little like
it's fucking strange.
Unless your best friend's in on it.
Right, yeah, unless
that's the only thing.
Is like super into
if it's a monogamous fucking thing, then yeah, you're the asshole. If it's not monogamous, I mean, pop the champagne bottle, baby. You got lucky.
Yeah, it's all right. Everybody's done shitty things.
Yeah.
Not everybody's done this.
Not everyone's done this, no.
But everybody's done shitty things.
Yeah.
So,
Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. Wait, yes, the asshole.
Oh, yes, the asshole. Sorry, fucking.
Whoa.
Sorry. I'm so used to saying. I'm sorry. I'm so used to saying not the asshole. I'm sorry.
Holy
when you get
shit.
the one that is you're the asshole, it's like I'm not ready for it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're kind of the asshole.
You're the asshole.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Didn't solve it because they're still the asshole.
Got him.
Didn't solve it. That's the April Fool's one. Is we just say the words didn't in front of it.
I thought the joke was that we pretend to solve it, but we don't actually solve anything.
I solve everything. That's not a bit. That was an asshole moment right there. This is an example. All right, baby. I'm an asshole every time I do a LaCroix hit right into the mic.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Daddy needs his juice and Daddy needs his stories. So,
don't like that at all.
Too bad. That's another asshole moment right there. Okay. Sarah is very uncomfortable right now.
You all can call Josh Daddy or whatever you want, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Very upset. Okay. So
that hurts me deeply.
This next story comes to us from Anonymous.
Okay.
She, her.
All right.
Am I the asshole for not wanting to help pay for my disabled mom's bills? Hey there, love the pod. I, 27 female, got a call from my sister earlier in the week to discuss the conversation she had with my dad, who asked if we would help pay their bills for the next 2 years until he can retire.
2 years?
For the next 2 years.
That's a long time.
It's a bit of a long time, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see. What else?
Backstory. My parents are typical white boomers who were well off financially pre-recession and then had some hard life issues happen and were severely impacted from the recession and never made good financial decisions from that point on. Even though they never truly recovered from the recession and they took up their careers that paid up much less than their prior jobs, they still lived outside of their means to uphold appearances, especially because my mom always felt inferior to her other family members who have high-earning careers, so she constantly complains about how she and my dad are failures in trying to flex for appearances, even though they cannot afford these luxuries.
Oh, God.
My sister and I have never felt they were failures, and we both developed some financial anxiety since we were constantly being talked to about money at a young age, and there was nothing we could do to contribute since we were literally children.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do anything as a child, yeah.
Yeah.
As I got older, my parents used money to control and manipulate me. I also feel that they have always favored my sister over me. I do not hold any resentment towards my sister for this since it's not her fault, but she is very smart, PhD, and lived a lifestyle that my mom wanted her to, while I took a different path. My parents paid for a large portion of her college, they paid for a big portion of her wedding, and paid a lot of her bills until she was married, and I think they even paid for some of her bills after she was married. I was not inclined for college, so I only did 1 year, which I had to pay for completely by myself, and my parents would not let me use the car because I had previously been driving that I had previously been driving because they did not want me to take out a job. So I had to pay for college completely on my own with no job, meaning basically I had to pay for all of it in student loans. The reasoning was that I chose a school they did not like because it's in a rural area, but I chose the school because it was an out of state and would give me space from them. I decided to leave college after a year since it was too much financially and decided to just go to work full time and get a career that way. I met my husband shortly after, and when we married and we got married when he joined the army, I was 20 at the time. I did not want to have a big wedding since we were broke, but my parents said they would help pay.
Oh, good.
They invited a bunch of people who I do not know or care for, and then when the wedding was done, told me that in order to take their car, which I had already been driving and was paid off, to our new state, I would have to pay $3,500 to them, which was basically the entire cost of the wedding. So to make up for it, if I paid all the expenses of the wedding, then I could take the car. My husband was already leaving for deployment, and there was so much other wedding drama that at that point, I did not have the willpower to fight it or try to buy a new car by myself. So I gave them all the money that was gifted to us from the people who attended our wedding, and we called it good. There are many more stories of them using money over me or tricking me into somehow paying for something that I did not agree to.
For a used car?
Yeah, a car that you paid for too. Like literally, it's your car. You already paid it off.
Yeah.
And then, but no, because the parents want the car, I guess. You gotta pay for the car to leave.
You could get $3,500 and maybe go find a fucking a different type of car.
Literally, yeah.
Jesus. They really fuck you.
I forgot to say this was kind of a long one. I apologize.
No, it's okay. I don't care.
When I moved across the country, I took a break from communication, but our relationship got better once we had distance and then had zero financial control over me. About 2 years ago, my mom was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's and was very suddenly put on disability and no longer able to work. This is when the shit show started.
Yeah.
They sold their condo because my mom didn't want to live in their 55-plus community anymore because the ladies who lived there were mean to her, and they moved to an apartment closer to my dad's work, which is near the beach in Southern California, i.e. not cheap.
Yeah, very expensive.
Yeah.
Jesus.
My dad still has 2 more years until he can get his full retirement package, so he's been trying to work as long as he can, even though he himself had many heart attacks and a stroke and should possibly be on disability himself.
Oh my God.
Well, over the past 2 years, they have fucked themselves financially and now requesting my sister and I to help them until my dad can reach his retirement. My dad called my sister and said he wanted us to pay $600 a month to them so that they can pay for an old student loan and said we could just Venmo him each month with the money. This was a sudden call, so we decided to have a private phone call with my parents' financial advisor, a family friend, to get a better idea of what their financial situation was.
Good. That's great. Yeah, that was a good choice.
Turns out the student loans they took out from my sister and my mom when she went back to school during the recession, they decided to consolidate into a private loan, which is now not eligible to be forgiven by the government due to my mom's disability. They also have $30,000 in car debt, which is over $500 a month payment, even though my mom can no longer drive. And they have $16,000 in credit card debt, and their rent is right under $3,000 a month.
Oh my God.
They are bringing in $2,000 less a month than what their total expenses are, and they only have about $30,000 left in savings from the sale of their condo, which on this path will be empty within the next 2 years. We have discussed my parents moving out to our state since it's a lot cheaper to live, but my dad talked to his job and told us he can't retire early because he would lose out on too much money for his retirement package, so he's going to stay the next 2 years. Turns out the extra money is only an extra $400 a month. We thought the difference would be like over $1,000 or some amount of money that would highly impact them if he decided to leave early. So now my parents are living outside of their means and requesting, or more like assuming, that me and my sister will help them financially for the next 2 years for him to walk away with an extra $400 a month, which would still not cover their current expenses if they remain where they are. Mind you, I told if they move to our state with their income from retirement and disability, they would be able to afford it to pay all their current debts, buy a small house, and have extra to actually live.
Oh my God.
But I believe they don't want to do this because it means leaving the beaches of Southern California to come live in the country, which grosses out my parents. They also said they are unwilling to move to a cheaper apartment because they are ghetto. Remember, they are boomers. They are fucking boomers.
That's fucking racist.
Yeah, right. On top of all this, I am currently pregnant and will be on maternity leave and not working for a few months. My husband and I have decent jobs, but nothing extravagant, and we have made sure to live with barely any debt by driving old cars, living in a small, reasonable house, and not buying anything extravagant that we can't buy cash. If we really felt inclined, we could maybe spare $100, $200 a month to help, and my sister is probably about the same financially to what she could contribute, but I am really upset with how they handled their finances and still hold some resentment to how they treated me financially when I was younger that I didn't want to help at all. It's insulting to me that even they want me to pay for their bills, even though I'm pregnant and drive a 2003 sedan, so that my parents can live at the beach and drive their brand new car. Due to my mom's disability, I'm willing to help if they move out to our state, and I think it would be good for her to know her grandchild before she is too far gone and doesn't recognize us.
Yeah.
I work remotely, so I've offered to stay with my mom during the day while I am working so she is supervised, and my dad can work a side job to get out of the house, but again, it does not seem like they like that offer. Should I offer an ultimatum and tell them I won't help unless they make changes to the move, like move to a cheaper place and sell their car, or am I being an asshole since she is disabled? Should I just pay their bills until my dad retires? Am I being overly dramatic with my feelings about how they treated me in the past?
I think this is less about...
This is complicated.
This is very complicated.
I'm on your side on this.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, they're racist boomers. You know, they really...
Yeah, the ghetto shit is racist. The rural shit
pretend.
is racist. It's really dumb. And
it's really dumb that, like, they just, you know, they're fucking... God.
So, okay, so if your mom has Alzheimer's, if she were to get so bad, who would be her caretaker? Who would be her power of attorney? Likely it's going to be your dad, right?
Yeah.
So your dad really is the one that needs to include her in the decision, but he needs to be the one that, like, makes the decision.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I get that.
I'm not trying to say that, like, disabled people can't make decisions, but literally when you have Alzheimer's, you actually kind of sometimes can't.
Yeah, I think there needs to be a person taking control of that aspect. I do agree with that.
And this is all depending on how bad she is, you know what I mean? Because there's no way of knowing
until, like...
her behavior really needs to be monitored, but, like, I think you're absolutely right. You can't physically give that money to them. What they're asking for is too much of you. So I think you should just tell them, hey, I can't do that. I can give you $200 a month, but honestly,
you probably want to try and move out here.
It would make the most sense to come out here. And
yeah, because, like, if they're... Not only that, too, you're paying... okay, if we're just looking at the math...
Yeah. This does not make any goddamn sense.
The math makes no sense.
I don't know how they've been able to live.
Yeah, they need to leave fucking California.
That's
like, for
fucking weird.
Like, unironically, it would not make sense for both you and your sister to pay $600 a month for the goal of $400 a month.
Right.
Just that alone is enough reason to be like, no. That's stupid.
That's really dumb.
Because if that $400 a month doesn't even help, it doesn't even allow them to live.
Yeah.
They might as well retire now and move to the countryside. I think it is kind of right to make an ultimatum, especially for your mom who's going to need care.
Yeah.
And you're going to want to make sure most of that debt's paid off and you can actually, like, fucking save. You know?
Especially because, like, you know, he's just, like, thinking that they're just thinking that, okay, for the next 2 years that she's going to be fine.
Yeah, listen,
there's no way of knowing.
It could happen real quick.
It
could happen. Like, I mean, that's the other thing too, is, like, at this point,
a lot can happen in 2 years.
A lot can happen in 2 years, and, like, they're gonna need to fucking, someone's gonna need to monitor your mom at some point.
Fucking planning
and
now.
Like, I know you mentioned, like, I get the feeling that you have that, like, there is some resentment there, but I don't even think with or without resentment,
I would have resentment now.
Yeah, I
if
think
none
it would
of that
be.
Happened, I would have resentment now.
Yeah, this is when the resentment really kind of like this. You're getting there's gonna be a fuck ton of resentment now because unironically, it's like
I was gonna say just make the sister pay for it because they paid for everything for her.
But even then,
but then I'm like, but then you mentioned
fault. It's
not her fault. But I mean, if she doesn't have the financial capabilities, that's what it comes down to. You're pregnant. You don't have the financial capabilities to do this. You need to save for that baby. That shit's gonna be expensive. Your sister, I don't know her financial situation. You said it was similar, so I assume it's the same kind of situation. They need to fucking come out to you guys or go somewhere else. Deal with the ghetto apartment. They need to do...
Which is probably fine. It's fucking... Yeah, it's literally...
They need to be honest about their financial situation with you if they're inviting you into their lives to give them money. You know what I mean?
They're going to need to become part of, your life. And that's like fucking...
Yeah. Like
or
when,
at least, yeah.
when I am going through a financial crisis, I tell Josh exactly what's happening and what's coming in, what's going out.
Yeah. And I will say it was really smart to contact the financial advisor because, of course,
Absolutely.
yeah, you're going to need that.
Anytime that somebody is asking, hey, listen, I don't have enough for bills. Can you, like, let's strike up a deal. Can you fucking send me money this time and I'll pay you back next time? Or can, we get like payments or whatever. You need to, the person asking, awesome. Cool.
They just spilled LaCroix all over me.
You
Sorry.
did. The person asking needs to be completely honest and completely transparent about their financial situation.
And it's really shitty also that your dad wasn't honest about the retirement.
Yeah.
You know? Like that's, and that's like, I think that's like the kicker where I'm like, go fuck yourself. You know?
Right.
You need to, the dad needs to figure out like, how is working 2 extra years for $400 a month really worth it? The answer is probably not.
Yeah, most likely not.
And like again, it's because it's not going to even help them out where they live.
No.
Yeah, and like I mean,
They need to get over their fucking shittiness.
Yeah, they do
to be able to live.
Which that's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really difficult to fucking do. And I'm sorry you're in this situation. It's a bad situation to be in.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think you're the asshole for wanting to withhold helping because
I also think that should be your stance and you shouldn't worry about it anymore because you have a baby and you have to worry about that.
You have to worry about, you have to take care of yourself first and then your family first.
Yeah.
Or family second. But now that your family is pretty much your husband and your baby now. And then extend the rest of the family.
Yeah.
Third.
Focus on your shit for like, don't set yourself on fire to keep somebody else warm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
No, they should not want that from you at all. They should want you to succeed.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I don't think you're the asshole at all.
No, I don't think so. It just sounds like a very stressful situation.
It's a very stressful, very complex.
Especially for somebody that's fucking pregnant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you should not be stressed at all.
Not at all.
Anyway, solved it, I guess.
We did it. We did solve it. We always solve it.
Okay, we've
never not solved it.
Okay. And this is from Anonymous. Any neopronouns?
Z and Zer.
Z and Zer. We're gonna say Z and Zer. I'm sorry if we're mispronouncing.
Yeah, I'm very
These are am I the asshole? When I was around 10 or so, I identified as non-binary at the time. I had unsupervised internet access. This led to me being very active on Discord and YouTube. Me being a kid, I really like gacha life. And through YouTube, I found this really cool YouTuber I liked. I'll call him S, and his pronouns are he, they. He posted a video showing his Discord naturally. With me being a fan, I added him. At first, it was innocent, dry conversations. Then we started getting a lot closer, and then came the question, how old are you? I told him the truth, and then I found out he was 15. The speaker is 10, by the way.
Okay.
When we were friends, he was constantly sexually talking about how they were trying to make his boyfriend horny, who was 12. Who was 12?
Whoa, okay.
Then one day he broke up with that boyfriend, and I told S that I had a crush on them. Surprisingly, he said they felt the same, so we started dating.
Okay, all right. Well,
immediately he started trying to ERP with me. Electronically roleplay, I guess.
I think exotic roleplay.
Exotic roleplay? I don't know. I said I didn't want to, and he respected that for a while until I eventually gave in, and we started being sexual towards each other. At the time, he was attracted to men and women, so one day I brought up the fact that I was non-binary, and he said it was fine since I'm assigned female at birth. Jesus. Then we broke up a couple months later. I was extremely childish about it and was just shitty about it in general, such as talking shit on them to my friends. Am I the asshole? By the way, this happened many years ago. It just still bothers me.
Okay, we gotta. Do we need to make a? I don't like. I don't like brushing with a broad stroke.
Oh my god.
I
don't ever want to hear about kids having sex with each other.
A, that.
Even electronically.
Especially electronically. B, you were 10.
Is it So I guess that's the question is like,
and they were 15.
yeah.
I think that's still kind of grooming. I feel
You
like
think
that's
so?
a wide enough. Okay, because like, okay, a 15-year-old.
It feels weird.
It feels okay. That's okay.
It feels strange.
All right, okay. 10 years old. It's either 5th or 6th grade. 15 is like 9, 10, 11. I actually don't remember.
15 is a sophomore in high school.
So, okay, 5th grade to 10th grade. Think about how different you were, Sarah, from 5th grade
it's pretty bad.
to 10th grade.
Imagine.
Who gave that 15-year-old a camera and a YouTube setup?
Right.
That's what I want to know. And then also, how did they already become fucking James Charles?
The James Charles of Gacha
15
life
years old.
at 15 years old.
Listen.
Would it be funny if this was like Jacob Sartorius? This is like a fan that was like groomed by Jacob Sartorius.
Listen, if that's who
That's
it
why their
is,
name is S.
You need to go to the press.
You need to go to the press.
You gotta find whoever wants pictures of Spider-Man. You gotta give them this information.
Yeah, I think you were groomed, fam.
I'm willing to bet.
Think about it this way. If you were in a relationship with them for years, being sexual, and
Well, I mean, even like
5 years apart, like, like maybe 8 years or something,
But
you
then-
got to 18 and they were 23 and they immediately had sex
that's
with you.
the thing, yeah.
That's
it's like,
grooming,
yeah,
right?
and then like 16 to 21, like
Yeah.
we would be like, that's
That's weird.
Yeah, but I think it's even weirder now.
Yeah.
It's just weirder now because both of you are young, but it's still kind of the same dynamic because they also have a.
I can feel people say, it's not that weird. Kids have sex with each other all the time or whatever. And I'm like, why do you know that? Why do you know that? What do you think
why
about
are you
that?
thinking about that?
That's weird. I've never
no.
even thought once
Well, I mean-
kids could fuck each other.
Well, I mean, I think it's different.
Strange.
I think it's different to think about
Don't
like.
want to think about it. At
Yeah,
all.
no, I get it. Yeah, I think it's one thing to be like, okay, we all know that like high schoolers probably fuck each other, right? I think it's another thing to think of a high schooler fucking either a middle schooler or elementary school.
Pretty
kid,
bad, yeah.
or even like role playing exotically. I think that's bad. If you're 16 and 16, whatever.
weird.
17, same, whatever. Fucking, I don't want to hear about it. It's gross.
I still think that's gross. I still think it's gross
Yeah.
how we sexualize teenagers. I still think that shit is weird.
Yeah, and like it's not.
But this
good
is
enough study.
worse.
This is worse. Yeah, no, I think that's my main point I'm trying to make is that this is worse than even that. Like,
yeah, this was bad, hun. This is bad. This was bad.
and to reiterate the brushstroke, if you apparently aren't a teenager, if you're before a teenager or a teenager, and there's someone older than you by like at least 5 years, it's probably not a good relationship. Probably not.
Yeah. Divide 2, add 7.
Divide 2 and add motherfucking 7. 14 plus. That's when you're allowed to, as we as a society have apparently decided.
15 years old divided by 2, it's 7.5 plus 7.
Is 14 and a half.
14 and a half.
So basically 15.
Basically your fucking age. Yeah, you can't go younger than that. 12 divided by 2 is 6 plus 7 is 11 years old. No, wait, no, that's 13, right? 6 plus 7? Yeah, it's 13.
I think that's not good either, though. 10
Yeah.
and 13. Yeah, I want you to
12
think.
and 13.
12 and 13? Oh, okay. Yeah, fine.
10, 5, 12, and 10.
But also, don't be fucking if you're 12 or 13.
Yeah,
That's
like,
gross.
don't be fucking if you're 10.
You don't even know how to buy condoms yet. Jesus.
Right.
Learn how to buy condoms. Learn how to use them.
about sex first.
Yeah, I think it's the difference between having sex and learning about sex. I think you should be allowed to like learn about safe sex.
Okay, yeah, duh, of
Yeah,
course.
but like, yeah, I
We're
think
not
that's-
like anti-sexual, like learning about sexuality.
No, yeah,
we're
know, I
not
don't-
pro
I-
don't say gay bill. But
yeah,
like,
that's stupid. Yeah, I want to say I'm sorry to you, listener.
yeah, we're
Fucking,
sorry. You're not an asshole.
You're not the asshole.
I think you could actually shit talk him more. Actually,
yeah, should talk that person way more.
Like a lot, like actually like to the police, maybe do a little shit talking to the police.
Yeah.
Or to that person's parents so they know that he's a
But if
predator.
it's happened a long time ago, I'm willing to bet there's not much.
Or
sadly.
Somebody else has.
Yeah, just talk to someone about it. I'm sorry. That's
Yeah, that's a therapy, I think.
That's a therapy moment right there. That's a hashtag therapy moment.
But yeah, no, we're sorry that happened to you.
I'm very sorry that happened to you.
Fucking solved it.
We did solve it though. Hey, we did it.
Did it, bitch.
We solved it. We solved teenagers grooming non-teenagers. Didn't think that's where this podcast was gonna go.
I thought that was an interesting topic though. Like fucking, is it grooming? I think so, right?
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is.
so.
I think it's God, I'm done thinking about it. Let's go to this next long story.
Okay. All mine are short. I think all Josh's are long.
All mine are pretty long, honestly.
Nice.
Or longer than I feel like I usually are.
Oh.
All right. So this comes to us from Paige, she, her.
Hello, Paige.
So for a little bit of context, this is going to be pretty long, and unfortunately, you will still be missing some context. You can reach out if you need clarification, and I have a screenshot of the final conversation.
Wow.
I did not reach out. So
thank you for coming correct with receipts, though.
Thank you. Yeah. So all right.
Damn. This is a legit one.
This is gonna be a legit one, hopefully. I mean, the conversation's not in here, but the screenshot is. I assume we could try and contact them.
Yeah.
But this person also gave us their number, and I'm like, I'm not texting any of our fans.
We could call them like on Dynamic Banter, but
no. Yeah.
No. Okay. Fine. Sounds good.
Yeah. Hello. I have a situation with a friend, and I could really use some outside perspective.
No. Okay.
I, 22 female, work at a call center. I moved floors and started sitting next to this girl. She can be called Lynn, 25 female. My first impression of her was that she had a very loud and irritating voice, very nasally, and a generally condescending tone, that if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
I get that, yeah.
I've known exactly that
I think we've all known many people like that.
Oh my God.
I'm that person for someone.
Exactly. Yeah, same.
Yeah. And when she started talking, she seemed like the type of person that always needed to one-up you.
Oh.
I gave her the benefit of the doubt. We had an amazing workplace and everyone is so kind. I figured I should make an effort, especially when I realized that we had so much in common.
Oh no.
This started at the beginning of November 2021. I pushed my initial judgment aside and decided to go watch a midnight showing of Rocky Horror Picture Show with her.
Oh, cool. That's kind of intimate though.
Yeah, it's a little, I mean,
it's the first thing.
And if you both enjoy it, whatever.
I guess so, but it's like,
it's a good midnight movie, I guess. Like
people are fucking throwing wieners at each other though with that thing.
I don't know about that.
You don't?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah, let's
we'll do it later. Yeah.
Before the show, I went to her apartment because she was making dinner. However, she has a very small apartment with a young Austrian Shepherd and 2 special needs cats.
Oh.
The apartment reeked of cat feces, and there was hair on everything.
Yes, that is what cats are like.
Yeah. The soup and bread she made both from scratch, but there was dog hair baked into the food.
Okay, that's not good.
I almost threw up right then. I still wanted to make an effort to be friends now that I had started it. I thought, well, we can just hang out at my house or in public and it'll be fine. We ended up hanging out regularly for the next few weeks. Every single time we hung out, there was a conversation or an action that left me reconsidering the friendship. I let her bring her dog to my house one time because we had both been doing overtime and felt that I knew it was just left in the kennel for the last 12 hours. The dog ended up getting into my portion of food that I made for us and I don't have anymore. It was my safe food at the time, so I ended up just not eating that night.
What?
I think she had food set over, but that was all the food that she had. So she lost all her food.
That sucks. Jesus. She didn't pay for any more food?
Let's see. The dog was tearing through the house, jumping on things, and the hair was just ridiculous. It took me weeks to get it all out from our blankets and carpets. She did nothing. It seemed like she thought it was cute that her dog was terrorizing my cat, ruining my dinner, and just being a menace. I have a thing with my knee that my doctors believe is EDS or Ehlers-Danlos syndrome.
I've heard of that, yeah.
Yeah. So my knee dislocates and I often have terrible joint pain in my knees and hands. I told her this, and the first thing she did was launch into a 30-minute long story about all the surgery she had on her knee and how she was so skinny in school and how horrible it was to not be able to play sports anymore. From my point of view, she still got help, and it felt like she was just trying to turn my legitimate medical problem into a competition. I mean, that is kind of what it is, I feel like.
That is kind of what I know exactly her type, too.
Yeah.
She's the bitch in high school that has the knee brace.
Oh, and then yeah.
You have one of those? We had like 6 of them.
I think I might have one or two. I
They'd
don't remember.
fucking walk around with a knee brace and they would complain about not being able to do baseball.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God. I'm just trying not to kill myself. Please stop talking to me.
God. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. My family was severely poor for the majority of my life, and my parents never bothered or cared to take me to the doctor about these things. Another time we had a conversation about money. After I told her my parents had never supported me financially from the time I moved out, she said, "Oh, my parents paid for the repairs on my car only because I just paid rent, and I'm so broke." Then I said, "Yeah, I get it. It's nice that they're able to help you out." And a response I got, "Yeah, we were poor, but we were never as poor as you." And then she laughed her ass off. I started feeling angry and annoyed every single time we hung out.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. Yeah.
Excuse you?
God.
What the hell?
She constantly told me she was so broke, so she was getting a draw on her 401k. And then in the same conversation, I started talking about how she was getting a tattoo and it would be like $300 to $400, in addition to about $700 in online shopping between Amazon, Etsy, and clothes. I was really annoyed, mostly because I get irritated when people complain about the problem they created by this, and even asked why she would still do that if she didn't have money. She said she already paid the deposit. This is barely scratching the surface of all the instances that led me to ending this friendship. I know it's not my place to judge her, and I feel really guilty, but I explained a couple situations where something affected me and how it made me feel, and that I was not going to continue the friendship. She then started telling me I was making her feel worse for things, and that she already knew that there were problems that she had, and that I was being really harsh on her. Again, I was as kind and as gentle as I could be while still being honest. She kept pressuring me to give her another chance because she was going through a lot right now.
She's going through a lot right now?
Quote unquote, she's going through a lot.
Your fucking knee pops out and you have joint pain.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And this person's spending $700 on Amazon and Etsy.
Which you can stop doing that. You don't need to. There's no deposit for Amazon and Etsy, dude.
Yeah. She kept pressuring me to give her another. She kept another chance. It kind of felt like she was trying to guilt trip and manipulate me into being her friend, even though she's aware of these issues and makes no effort to be a better person.
Yes.
I stuck firm on my boundary and have not spoken to her since, but I still wonder if I'm just being too judgmental or of her or of these avowed concerns. I will say, I think in the first half...
This is the problem. And I think all of what you did was okay.
Yeah, I think you were okay. I think...
this is what the situation was. Mm-hmm. You were her only friend.
Mm.
And now also, you did not like her throughout the friendship.
Yeah.
Because she is unlikable. She is not a likable person.
I think the only thing I could be kind of... I mean, I get
it's like the dog hair and the cat hair, maybe.
But then
that's a personal preference.
Yeah, I think that's a personal preference.
That's fine.
I will say, I think there is a limit for everybody of like... Maybe there's probably something going on if the house smells like cat pee. Like, we have 2 cats, you know? Fucking...
Well, think about taking care of a dog and 2 special need cats by yourself.
I think that's pretty difficult.
I wouldn't judge somebody if their house looked and smelled like shit because I would know that that's fucking hard.
Yeah, and I will say it's weird that the dog hair was baked into the food. I think that's probably
pretty bad.
That's probably bad.
That's bad, and I think
you're right on that.
You're right on that. You're right on being grossed out when you got to her house and, she had a lot of animals.
Yeah, no, of course.
That's just how you feel. That's not, we're not going to invalidate you about that.
Yeah. And then I will say it's kind of fucked up that, like...
She just, like, let her dog run around and terrorize your cat.
Yeah.
And she didn't pay for your food.
Yeah.
That's fucking selfish.
That's very fucking selfish. Like,
no.
I mean...
She's just an obtuse, selfish weirdo. She's obtuse. She doesn't know how to fucking deal with situations. I don't know. I'm ready for the neurodivergent crowd to come in and say maybe she's autistic. Maybe she is, but like she still needs to learn to be nice to people.
I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, I think it's the one-upping type shit's kind of is definitely shitty. And like, I mean, I don't know. I think there's fucking my phone keeps falling.
What does that do?
I don't know.
How does that keep happening?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just keep leaning it like this. But
then put it down.
All right. But no, yeah, I think I don't think you're like too judgmental. Overall, I think you pretty much made the right decision.
Yeah.
I do feel bad for the other person because they probably just don't have like
social skills.
But I guess it's also not your place to be the one to be like,
no.
Yeah. No. Especially if you tried to explain as nicely as you could all the reasons, and there was a lot of back like. And then if you felt like you were being guilt tripped into being friends, that's pretty bad.
That's the point, I think, where it's like, all right, yeah, no.
Yeah, you gotta bounce. So
I think it's okay for people to not like somebody for whatever reason why, and to say, hey, not friends anymore.
Yeah, you should be able to do that.
Just because you make friends with somebody one time doesn't mean that, like...
You're friends forever.
No. Even if you just fucking don't like them. It's really harsh, and it fucking sucks, because it sucks to hear that. But, like, I don't know, to walk around and people make it apparently obvious that they don't like you as a person, but you're forced to pretend to like everyone? No, I don't agree with that shit because it's polite or whatever. No, I don't like you. As the more I grow older, the more I'm like, I got 3 friends. I don't need it anymore. If I meet a new person and they end up being my friend, that's great. But like, if I meet a new person and I end up not liking them, I don't have to talk to them.
Yeah, so I get that.
I'm just, fuck it. I got a limited amount of time on this earth. I'm not going to spend it.
You're not going to waste it, you know, on people that aren't going to treat you or you're not vibing with, you know.
Laugh at me for being poor.
Yeah, that's pretty shitty. That's not great.
I'm not going to be forced to be in that situation. I think that shit is dumb.
Yeah.
No.
So
it's okay to not like people. I think there are a lot of people out there that are worth not liking. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's perfectly fine.
I think you're fine not liking this person. And I will say that, they did. I think they did more than enough to not, if you're not vibing with them, it doesn't seem like I would vibe with them that much.
Dude,
so,
can I tell the my work story about my work friend who...
Yeah.
The shit, it's a little graphic, but it's like, it's fucking funny to me now.
Yeah.
I had this work friend who she was like... She ended up being like a manager's assistant or something, but she was my friend because she was like, hey, come over here, blah, blah, blah. Let's eat lunch together. And she like, on my first day. And so we ended up being friends and talking a lot. And she ended up like we went out to eat together afterwards and stuff. And then one day she asks me for a pad because she was like, oh, my period started. I don't have a pad. And I don't use pads. I use tampons. So I was like, oh, yeah, I don't have a pad. I have a tampon. And she was like, really? And I was like, yes. So she was like, all right, fine. I'll take that, whatever. And so then I give her my tampon and I go about my work and then work ends and I go home and I'm chilling with my other friend on my couch and it's 2 a.m. and she texts me and she says... I don't know how you use tampons, but it's probably easier for you anyway because of how loose you are.
I remember that. Yeah. Holy shit. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I was like, this fucking bitch just said I had a loose pussy? I was like, what? And then I was like, yeah, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah. You can, there's... So, moral of the story, cut that shit off.
Holy shit. Then I was like, yeah, no, we're not friends anymore. And then she was like, no, what? I was just a joke. Oh my God. What just the a prank, fuck? Bro. I was like, no, you just called me like, A, that's not how pussies work. B, that's not how tampons work. C, you just tried to call me a whore.
Yeah.
Which is like, I mean, listen, honestly, whore solidarity. There's no problem with being a whore, but you tried to socially check me for helping you.
Yeah, literally.
What is wrong with you? And I think that was the first time I've ever stood up in a female friendship because shit like this happens a lot. I feel like we don't really talk about this shit. We're like fucking...
I don't know. It's kind of like, like giving those little digs of like
just weird, like, internalized misogyny where like fucking one friendship is like, I have to be the better woman when it doesn't help anybody at all. And they have to like dig into the other person. And I was a fat kid. I had friends that would like make fun of me being fat, or like mention my weight. And it just doesn't fucking,
yeah.
You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. It's fucking, not. God.
Honestly, you should have society check you at that point by not having friends.
Yeah.
If you do that
That's
shit.
the real societal check that should exist.
Yeah. And I did that back to my work friend who fucking said I had a loose pussy. Jesus Christ. Yeah. And then she fucking then I think 2 days later or whatever, she texted me. She was like, I want to talk. And I was like, okay. So then we ended up spending a 15-minute break where she was like, so I think you took what I said like the wrong way or whatever. And I was like, no, you said I had a loose pussy.
Yeah, literally.
And she was like, well, I didn't know like what I asked just how she tried to say like that's just how
I
she
speak.
No, she's trying to say that's how she thought vaginas worked.
Bro, what?
And I was like, dude, you have one.
You should know by now.
You should know by now.
I'm sorry that the Florida education system failed you, but like
she was like older than me. She was like 26. And I was like,
yeah, fucking
like 21, 22. And I was like, no, you should know. That's not my fault that you don't know. You still said that I had a loose pussy.
Yeah.
And then she started crying. I felt like such that's one of those moments. That's something I could write into this podcast where I'm like, am I the asshole for this?
But then no, you're not the asshole. No. Yeah, that's a shitty person being shitty to you.
Being a piece of shit. And then she made like our other friends like come up to me and ask me to be friends with her again.
Oh God.
And I was like, no, you're weird.
Piss off, yeah. No.
You're a weirdo.
God.
Fuck. You're a weird person.
Yeah. So not the asshole.
Not
I think
the
that's
asshole.
the point.
Not the asshole. Sometimes people are just fucking weirdos. And it's okay to not vibe with them, especially if they do shit to you, like laugh at you because you're poor.
Yeah, no, fuck that person.
Which this person also kind of did. Like she came over to my house, which was the crack house, and was like, "This house is terrible." It was, but like you don't say that to the people who live there.
Yeah, no.
But, like, thanks, I can't do anything about it. Awesome.
God.
Great. Now I know that you hate my house.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I live here. What do you want?
God.
Yeah, some people are just fucking obtuse and think they can say whatever they want and they can't.
Yeah.
Maybe she's autistic, which changes things a little bit.
But then, I mean, I still don't think you're not that much of an asshole.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway.
Solved it.
All right,
I'm ready.
All right. This is from RK. And,
RK?
Yeah.
The letters?
Yes. Their pronouns are they, he, it.
Okay.
Am I the asshole? So I'm an NB who talks through social media a lot since I have a lot of anxiety. I met this girl and we started dating sooner or later. At first she was nice, but started to say things that were upsetting, highly triggering, or out of my comfort zone. I expressed this to her and she would cry and make excuses, then we'd make up. Red flag?
Yeah, it's pretty rude. Yeah.
One day I even broke up with her because she was sending sexual messages to her quote-unquote friend and would talk about how much she thought they were hot to me.
That's not great.
I got back with her and she made me feel shitty for doing that. She even wrote a paragraph telling me, fuck you. But I just assumed it was my fault. Why?
Man, this is going to trigger me. Jesus Christ.
God. Oh, yeah, this is kind of
similar to something happened to me. Yeah, okay.
Damn, bro. The last straw was when she repeated her toxic behavior and even would make me her therapist. I was fed up and ended the relationship for good. She then went to cry and tried to calm me just so I could see her cry so I'd feel worse. Am I the asshole? From the way you framed it, nah. And I don't think so as well.
No.
Powerful.
I gotta listen. Okay, so that's similar to something that happened to me. I mean, I think the difference was it wasn't crying, it was yelling.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, yeah, fucking yeah, no, not the asshole. I mean, there's always gonna be shitty people that you're gonna meet and try to be with, Yeah. And then they, the more that you know someone, the more they show your true colors, true colors,
I think also the something that's kind of a shame is that it's a sign of a immature person when they do that.
And that's the thing too, is that you can't blame them too much because you can blame them, blame them.
Yes, you can.
But like there is a part of it where it's like, oh, it's probably they're just young, they don't really know how to do shit,
express their emotions or not fuck up. And
I mean, don't get me wrong, I think everyone has that. I know I for sure had that. That was something in my experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Similar, and that similar experience, I definitely didn't know how to process and have not confidence, but like what is it? Express my emotions. I wasn't able to do that back in the day. But like, I think one of the things that I got really lucky with is that I had older siblings.
Yeah.
Like way older siblings. So I had a little bit more of a chance to like be thoughtful, I guess, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I mean, when you're still like whatever age you are, that's before 25, you're going to be very immature.
Yeah.
To an extent.
And and immaturity levels differ per person, you know. You could meet a fucking 30-year-old that's the most immature person you've ever met, and you could meet a 22-year-old that's very mature.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, you know, it's a scale, right? And like, you know, hopefully there's a difference between like being immature and being like, I don't know, like kind of having like wonder and imagination, you know what I mean? Because I think there's like a weird like
a childhood one, being childlike,
creative or something like that. You know, it's kind of like, I mean, I think that's like that's a weird non sequitur. I'm sorry. But like, I mean,
I was gonna say, where are you going with this?
I don't know where I was going with this. I think there's like, I mean, because I don't know. I think it's one hand to, you know, I guess like who doesn't like a good fart joke? You know what I mean? Or something like that.
That's not immature. That's not what I mean. I mean specifically like, you know, if the person that you're dating is good for you, if you get into an argument with them and you're able to have a mature discussion. Yeah,
that's the thing.
If you get into an argument with your person and they start manipulating, they start doing all of these tactics that the internet has learned, you know, and it starts blaming you or starts fucking crying and starts blah, 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 doing this whole thing, then unless, you know, you did something fucking terrible, like cheat or something,
yeah,
you know.
That's the thing. Yeah.
I'm sure fucking many cheaters out there are like, why can't we have a mature discussion? Because
that's when you're being taken advantage of. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I don't think you're not the asshole.
In a normal argument, you should be able to have a mature discussion with somebody.
Yeah.
Which is the hardest thing to do, I think, even for adults who believe they are mature.
Yeah, because I mean, everyone wants to think that they're mature, right?
Everyone has triggers. Everyone has like different things in their past. Everyone has like, you know, different types of boundaries, you know? But that's the thing that is going to be like, okay, this relationship is good or this relationship is not good, you know? Yeah. But like, it's either, you have to either work on your triggers or you have to work on like, the things that you do that trigger these like emotional arguments. Because I don't know if we've had like maybe one emotional argument
in the past week. Yeah.
Have we ever had an emotional argument?
I can't remember right now. I mean, no,
they feel emotional.
I mean, yeah,
but we don't like scream and yell at each other.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a screaming match between us. Mostly because I don't like screaming.
Yeah, no, you don't. That's a boundary that you set.
I don't know. Like so. I don't know. I
will say I used to be yelly, but that's because I grew up in a household that was very yelly.
Yeah, that's true.
So I thought that was okay, but then you set that boundary that no, you don't like that, and now I work on not doing that.
Yeah, I like a quiet, seething anger. That's my preferred fight type.
Right.
But no, I get that though. Yeah, I mean that's like anytime there's like a fucking. I guess that's my. I mean, because I had something similar to me, and the yelling is what got me.
Yeah.
You know, and
you
like
do not like yelling at all. I think a lot of people don't. That makes sense.
Yeah, and like I don't know. I think I guess that's why I just want to. I keep saying you're not the asshole because I feel like it's hard for me to take all my experience that's similar to this.
Yeah.
You know, because like fucking it's. How do I describe my experience?
Right.
I mean, you know, fucking, you know, there was like, you know, you try to like be friends with someone, try to have a relationship with them. And one of the things that I fucked up was I didn't know or put labels on stuff or fucking how to set boundaries and like, you know, and I just kept kind of like being dragged along when I should have cut off way earlier, you know?
Yeah.
And like, you know, it's, you know, hindsight's 2020. I think once you like, once they're like fucking around with other people and they're still trying to be sexual with you, it's like, oh, then I'm the side piece, right? Like,
yeah, and that's a problem for a lot of people. A lot of people go through the quote unquote talking phase and then find out the other person is dating other people, and it's like a big deal. I am hyper labeling of everything, where, you know, to me it's like a fucking contract. If somebody is before dating you, I was like, okay, this is a friends with benefits relationship. And for me, that completely shut my emotions off. Like I was able to completely do that. And not everybody is able to do that. But like I would be with dudes and they would call other girls in front of me. And I think they were trying to like make me jealous or something. And I was fine with it. I was like, whatever, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Fucking, we're not, in my mind, it was like, we're not monogamous.
Yeah, it's a friends with benefits. That means there's an openness there.
And I'm dating other people. So it literally doesn't, I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever. But I wanted to be in a monogamous relationship. And then once we got together and we put a label on it, I was like, all right, see all these other dudes that I was dating. And that's it. But for a lot of people, they go through this like, oh, we're dating, but we haven't had the like, what are we yet? Talk yet. So we don't really know. But he's the only guy I'm dating. And then they find out that he's dating other girls. And then they're like, I was so upset. I would be like, I don't know why you're upset because you never said.
So, yeah, I get that.
But then in your situation, it was like kind of both where like they would get upset. And then that you were like interested in other women, and then you would get upset that they would be like, you know,
it's just a self-defeating cycle. Yeah,
it was just a toxic. Scenario.
All my attempts at relationships in high school were toxic, and even after high school too, like up until meeting Sarah. Yeah, because one of them went on after high school. I don't want to get into it, but
yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. And I mean, you know, maybe one day I'll be able to say it in a way where I won't be threatened with cease and desist.
True. Yeah, maybe. Hopefully.
But you know, which I don't even think would be possible. But
right.
But you know, I mean, that's the level we're dealing with, where someone will threaten like, oh, how do I get in contact with a lawyer after you?
Right.
Yeah. And it's like, well, at that point, you just don't want to deal with the hassle of or the fear of being like, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but then, you know, I think there is something about like someone that wants to use that position of power, quote unquote, to silence you or like, you know, make you feel shitty.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're not the assholes, because they're resorting to these like things that logically we all know probably wouldn't work.
If they have to resort to tactics,
that's when, then you're not
to get you to do what they want.
Yeah,
they're manipulating you.
Manipulating you, and they're
the definition of manipulating you. Then you're not the asshole.
Yeah. So
no.
Yeah.
It sucks because it's specifically a situation where they are making you feel like an asshole.
Yeah.
That's their point.
They want
It's not like I brought cake to my brother's birthday party and his wife is gluten-free. It's not like it's not like one of those situations. It's my partner is literally telling me that I'm an asshole, but they were the one that made me eat gluten-free cake when they know I love cake. You know?
Yeah.
It's
so
fucking,
I mean,
yeah.
So what you have to do, listener, is you have to transcend all of that and just call yourself an asshole anyway.
That's what Josh did. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's been working ever since. Fucking Mamma Mia spicy pizza pie. It's working, baby.
Gabagoo.
And look where I am. Pull up the stats, Josh, right here. It'll be my follower count on Instagram. It'll only be like 100 people.
Pull up my Twitter account.
Oh, pull up my Twitter account with 50 people.
I think I also have 50 people.
The podcast Twitter is going to surpass both of us at some point.
That's awesome.
This will become bigger than both of us.
That's fucking dope. That's what I want. We have 100 people following us.
No, not on the. We have 215 on the Instagram. This does not matter.
No, wow, that's still crazy though to me.
Something like that, yeah.
Fuck. You're not the asshole.
Not the asshole, and fucking solved it. Did it.
Unless you like fucking manipulated her or like you cheated on her or something. You didn't put
unless
that
there's
in
more
there.
to the story, which
unless
there
you like
could be.
Killed her dad and then she's crying. You're like, why are you crying?
Why are you crying? Just a dad.
Jeez, go get another one.
Go get another one. That's what I tell Sarah every day.
Yeah, every day I like cry because I miss my father, and Josh is like, just get another one.
Get another one, Jesus.
Stop fucking whining. Go to Lowe's.
Go to Lowe's.
Pick one up.
Pick one up.
Do you think that women in their 40s go to Lowe's to meet dads? To like fuck? Like it's their version of a bar? Or do they just go to bars?
They probably just go to bars. I think you answered your own question once you reminded yourself of the concept of bars.
I just think it would be creative. If you went to like a Home Depot
I think that
cruise for
requires a
men.
lot of work and a lot of money because you know you're gonna walk out with a plant.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna walk out with a plant.
So I think they just go to bars, not to kill your dream of the hot MILF coming over getting those dad bods that
Just
in between the fucking outlets and the
wearing
fans.
like a really tight dress and
Oh
then
my
like
God.
walking into the fucking like the wrench aisle or something and be like, oh, I can't pick up this wrench, and like
all right, okay,
waiting
Sarah,
for dudes to come in.
Sarah,
To
you've
be like, oh, I'll help you with that, miss.
Sarah, you've been in a Lowe's before.
Yeah.
In fact, we've both been in a Lowe's at the same time.
Why don't I see more of that? I'm trying to give a hint out to the ladies out there.
Sarah, if you just
I want to see hot, sexy MILFs and Lowe's, Josh.
Sarah, if you just want to eat pussy, you can just let me know. Like
You're the one that brings up me eating pussy. I don't even bring up that shit.
pushing my girlfriend into eating pussy.
Jesus Christ. If you want to be a
3D
cuckold,
chess.
you just tell me.
Fucking do it, pussy. All right, back to the stories.
All right, fine.
God, fine. This is our fucking jobs now, Sarah.
Okay, let's go.
This next story comes to us from Anonymous They She.
Okay.
Am I the asshole? My boyfriend and I have been going out for a little bit now. We met through a mutual friend and right away got along. We flirted
nice.
and got to know each other for a bit and then started dating. The usual teenage shit. But the issue arises around the L word. He is.
I legit thought lesbians.
That's
Like
the
lesbians?
joke, right?
Are you a lesbian? I actually did because of that fucking stupid Scott Pilgrim joke.
Lesbian?
Lesbian.
No, the other one. Lesbians.
Lesbians.
I get it, yeah. You know what? I'm going to say, controversial opinion. I think that's a good movie. All right.
I think it's a good movie.
Nice.
But we were born during that time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's a product of our generation. Okay. He has said it to me, and I have said it back. The problem is, I don't know to tell him I'm iffy with the word. I was in a pretty emotionally abusive and manipulative relationship back when I was 13. He would throw the word around like a bouncy ball. Love bombing, I later learned was the term. After it all clicked with what had happened to me. After we broke up a good few years later, I became weird around the word. It makes me feel uneasy and sick, like it's going to come with those negative things again. My boyfriend knows about the relationship and how horrible my ex was to me, but I feel like such an asshole for not saying it back often enough. I do love him, I know that for certain, but I really feel like I don't when I tell him I love him. I used to say it to please my ex, hoping it would change the way he acted. It didn't. And as a result, I feel really uneasy when telling people, even my family.
I get that.
Am I the asshole for not telling him how I feel? And I feel so horrible when I don't say it back, but it's almost as if the word terrifies me still 3 years on. No, you're not the asshole.
You're not the asshole. You just
said
gotta
it.
tell him that. Legit. You just gotta be a little vulnerable and say, hey, listen, because of my ex,
Yeah,
this
and
is a
like,
difficult thing. And maybe offer up like, maybe say like something cute, like as a placeholder for the word.
yeah, I think there's a way around saying love. I mean, there's a million words for love.
Yeah, like
and
you could use synonyms, or you could use like fucking olive you, like literally OLIVE.
No, yeah, like you literally come from that word was used against you because,
Yeah, that's a trigger for you. That's a trigger.
it's a trigger, and yeah, you just have to be honest with your partner that that's a trigger,
and say like, I do feel this way towards you.
I do feel this way, even if I can't physically say it.
I want to use the word,
But I'm in a position where I've been put in a position by an abusive ex that you know about that
it makes me feel bad to say it because it reminds me of that.
yeah.
And then, if he's not okay with saying a different word or he gets a little weird, then he's fucking weird.
Yeah, that would be like, that's a red flag immediately.
That's a fucking red flag.
That's like, you deserve respect. And then like, I want the love word.
It's like, well, you're a child.
Yeah.
Just say lesbians.
Yeah, make it. Yeah,
Hey,
do
lesbians,
the Scott Pilgrim joke. Fuck it.
Lesbian you.
Because as long as he knows what the word's meant to be, then yeah.
Or something. Like come
Just
up with
something.
a fucking mutual
adore you.
word. I adore you.
If that happens to not be a trigger, I'm willing to bet that the fucking
My dad used to use this thing where he would say to my mom, he would say, I window you instead of a door.
That's
so you
cute.
could do
You can
that.
use that,
You
yeah.
can use that. That's for you. Go ahead.
yeah.
Yeah. Shit's cute as
There's
hell.
probably another word that you can use.
Yeah.
Use it. It's not your fault and you're not the asshole.
No,
Just
absolutely.
be honest. Just be honest and open and vulnerable.
Because another fucking man traumatized you? No.
Yeah, no.
That's not your fault, honey.
Not your fault at all.
No, but you do just have to be honest because it's possible that he's thinking, oh, maybe she doesn't love me.
He doesn't love me that much.
No.
But then, yeah, if as long as you tell him and he doesn't act like that, like the
like
why
a
won't
piece
you
of shit.
say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're not the asshole.
Easy fix.
Easy fix,
Fucking solved
which
it.
means we solved it, baby.
Baby.
Yeah. See, that's why I gotta start wearing floral shirts so I can do the Miami Vice thing
Yeah.
of like the fucking.
Bro, people are
Yeah.
tearing shit up about Jim Carrey right now.
What did Jim Carrey do?
He apparently gaslit his ex-wife so hard that she killed herself. Or something.
What
Because he
the
was
fuck?
fucking around on her and gave her a bunch of STDs.
Jesus Christ. Eggman did that?
Can't believe Eggman.
Sorry, I'm sorry, everybody. That's the
Because
joke.
he's all mad about the slap. So
Oh.
now the Will Smith fans are coming out and being like, "This you?"
Oh my god.
It's like it's not good, but it's also like for real. It is real.
Yeah, can we all talk? The only good response to Will Smith's the slap came from Tim Heidecker, and that's the only good response.
Yeah.
That's
Other
it.
than the fact that it's fucking funny.
It is very.
It's
funny.
just funny.
That's a funny thing.
It was funny as fuck.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Will Smith should keep his Academy Award, and Chris Rock should still be able to go on tour. Whatever. Who
Yeah,
cares?
who gives a shit? Yeah.
Life moves on.
I went to public school. That shit was not that big a deal.
Get this little slap.
One slap is not that big a deal.
I like the conspiracy theories of people are like, oh, Chris Rock actually had something in his mouth to protect himself from the slap.
You can literally see his jaw afterwards.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's a real thing. But also, who cares?
It was real. Who gives
One
a shit?
slap.
I don't
Fucking
give a
Jesus. Shut the fuck up, you
shit. I'm
crackers.
not gonna write a 73-page
Medium
op-ed.
Substack fucking bullshit. Who cares?
Fucking dumb.
God,
Whatever.
just laugh it off, everybody.
Jesus Christ. Violence is not the answer. Okay.
Sometimes, listen, I say that too, but like, there's exceptions.
There's exceptions. Like when your wife is bald. Anonymous she they. Am I the asshole for not wanting to put effort into a relationship with my partner's mom?
What?
Am I the asshole? I gotta say it again,
I'm
Josh.
sorry,
you weren't paying attention.
You can't just say, yeah, like when your wife's bald. Yeah, no, you can't just drop that in. I'm sorry.
It doesn't make sense that he would slap a man just because his wife is bald, but she is disabled or whatever. She has alopecia. It's got
Cut the
other
feed. Cut the
things to
feed.
it. It's
Cut
got
the
other shit to
Fucking
it.
feed, Josh.
It's fucking objectively funny.
The slap itself, yeah. Yeah, I agree.
It's fucked up that Chris Rock even said the joke. That joke was fucked up, I
Yeah,
think.
it was fucked up.
I personally think it was very fucked up. And I think it's all right to be offended. It's just really funny
To watch Will
to
Smith walk up
on stage and
Real
slap
quick.
a man down.
real quick and get it over and done with. Okay, I'm sorry.
All
I'm
right.
sorry. All right, let's take a
All
take a
right.
beat.
Anonymous she they. Am I the asshole for not wanting to put the effort into a relationship with my partner's mom? Now this title is deceptive.
Ooh, okay.
It should be, am I the asshole for not wanting to put effort into a relationship at all with my partner or his
Oh
family?
no. Okay.
And no, you're not.
Just a preemptive no you're not.
You're not the
Okay.
asshole.
Can't wait.
I never had a good relationship with my mom. I moved out of her house when I had just turned 12. She died when I was 13.
Yeah, wow.
The person wrote that shit like it was fucking Shakespeare. No real estate was left. No frilly adjectives or anything.
That was straight
That was a
facts.
fucking banger to come out in the front. All right?
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Moving on. Fucking, when I was 12, I moved out. 13, mom's dead. Let's move on. All right. Okay, so my partner, 19.
Preemptively, I'm sorry, listener.
Okay, so my partner, 19 male, and I, 16 gender fluid.
Oh God.
Have
what did
been
I say
together.
earlier? What did I say?
Have been together a little over a year. That's an 18-year-old dating a 15-year-old.
Yeah, that's not great.
His mom is his best friend. He has a fairly good paying job now, and I am obviously in high school.
Really?
Just trying to focus on that so I don't off myself. I do odd jobs for family when I want or need money or something. I first met his parents for real at his graduation ceremony last year. Then I met a lot of his family at his grad party. I'm a very shy person, so I did greet everyone, but only really stood there next to him. Oh, God. At the moment, we were both technically living with my brother, but he was paying $400 in rent at his dad's as well. Eventually, I had to move back to my dad's house, so he moved in with his. I started staying over at his house because we were looking for a bigger house.
Aren't you in high school? Why are you looking at
16-year-old looking for houses is so funny. It's terrible. Why?
Okay, listener, I'm sorry. It's weird even if it was 15 and 18, and now at this point I'm going to call it kind of grooming.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's not great. None of this is great.
I soon realized that his dad didn't like it, so I stopped coming over. One weekend last summer, my brother and sister-in-law asked me to watch their house. So I did, and my boyfriend stayed the weekend with me. That Friday, he offered to go get dog food as my brother was almost out and they wouldn't have money till the next day, and they would obviously pay back. So my boyfriend and I get to the store. Boom, his card declines. We try again, declines. So he texts his mom about checking his balance. She says he hardly has any money left. She shows up at the store and starts screaming at me in the parking lot because, quote unquote,
what? Whoa, quote unquote what?
Her son shouldn't be supplying this stuff for my family, and I probably wouldn't even pay him back because I'm a mooch.
You're 16. What the fuck?
You're 16 years old.
16. Listen, okay, I don't condone 19-year-olds dating 16-year-olds. That being said, if you're a 19-year-old about to date a 16-year-old, one of you is going to be making a lot more fucking money than the other one, and it's not the 16-year-old.
Right. Exactly.
Listen, I'm not.
The mom is really like the 16-year-old should start pulling her weight and start getting a job.
Pick yourself up from the fucking bootstraps.
This makes me so mad. I know it seems like I'm like laughing or whatever. It's because I'm very mad.
This is very upsetting. Yeah, this is.
Need I remind you he offered? That's not really the point.
That's not the point.
That's not the point that he offered. He should be paying.
Yeah.
You don't have a job. You go to high school.
You go to fucking high school. This whole situation shouldn't happen.
No, this should have never happened. Need I remind you he offered? At this point, I'm bawling and I just wanted to disappear. After more screaming, she finally left. I broke down. I couldn't breathe. I was having a full-on panic attack. Yeah, because a grown-ass woman yelled at a 16-year-old.
Yeah, that's awful. I'm sorry.
Because her 19-year-old couldn't buy dog food.
Fucking
I felt
Jesus.
like a gold digger. That's terrible. You should not be made to feel that way, especially at 16 years old.
You're a 16-year-old.
Someday you're going to look back on this and feel like red hot rage for that mom. And you should, because oh my God. We went back to my brother's house and he finally helped me to calm down. He tells me this is how she's acted with everyone he's been with. He hasn't dated a lot because of this. I figured it was best to just leave it alone. I'd always wanted a good relationship with her because I didn't have one with my mom growing up, and I realized I don't know if I could. No, yeah, it's not. That sucks.
I'm sorry, yeah, but
that fucking sucks.
Yeah, this woman is not a person that you want to.
No, she's just crazy. She's crazy to let her 19-year-old son date a 16-year-old.
Yes, I agree. Oh God!
And then like be mad at you at all.
Yeah, it's not
for anything.
Yeah, none of this is your fault. This is literally on the son. Yeah.
It was then he started saying she had been making remarks about how, quote unquote, I'm old enough to work for my own money and he shouldn't be buying me anything.
All right, libertarian, Jesus.
There's multiple types of libertarian in this. Since then, I've stopped accepting as much. I don't want it anymore, even though gift giving is one of my top love languages. A few more things have happened since, but for him, I won't share. Recently, he asked his parents why they dislike me so much, and his dad said he doesn't, even though for almost a year, he's been telling him he needs to find someone his own age, based dad.
Dad is the only good person so far. Dad is like, listen, I'm not gonna like tell you not to do this, but like you should probably find someone
Yeah.
that's your age.
And his mom just said she quote unquote wants to get to know me. Don't let this woman get to know you.
No, yeah, that was
weird.
There was an attempt to get to know you, but the mom used it against you to fucking yell at you. So yeah, no.
I don't know what to do. I wish I could work for his sake, but I don't know if I have another conversation with her without blowing up. I know it sounds hard, but I truly am thinking about terminating the relationship because I want him with someone who doesn't have to worry about another motherly figure hurting them in unspeakable ways. Yeah, no, you should not be in this relationship.
You shouldn't be in a relationship. I don't want to make this a quick and easy solved it, but there's nothing really good coming from this relationship right now.
No, you can't be in this thing.
Yeah, you can't be, and it's that simple.
This is a shame. He really is fucking. I know you might not think that the age difference is a big deal.
It kind of is.
It really is.
I mean, yeah. I think it would. I think like one. If you were maybe 17. If you were 16 and 18, that's somewhat more reasonable because maybe that's like an 8, like a year difference. But I think after you graduate from high school,
he's in a completely different world. He was in a completely different. He was a senior when you were a sophomore,
literally,
or a freshman, even maybe.
Yeah, and that's like not great.
I mean, completely different worlds. It sounds like it's very close, and it's not at all.
No, yeah, it's very pretty much every year from. I think it's safe to say that from kindergarten to like 5th grade, it's about the same. You're still growing as a person. There's still dramatic changes, but I think the changes get more dramatic starting 6th grade on.
Yeah,
and it's like pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah,
because like when you're a senior, you're thinking about making that transfer into the real world and
into college. Which still isn't really the real world.
But it's a big leap. You got to get yourself there to college.
Yeah. You got to pay for it.
You got to pay for it.
You got to figure out how to get to like anywhere. You know, there's not. Yeah, no, you're not. Maybe you're not next to your parents. Maybe it's, or he's just going straight into the workforce, which it sounds like is what he was doing, which is like. That's a completely different world than being in high school, man.
Yeah. Oh, God. Jumping right into work. I remember jumping into work after high school. It's a fucking...
It's crazy.
Fuck. Like, yeah.
It fucks with your mind. But it's also like, you're not in the same space. He should be dating somebody his own age, and you should be dating somebody your own age.
Yes. I agree with that. Yeah.
And it really is a sort of I feel like a lot of manipulation is coming from this family. If your boyfriend is telling you that you should get a job, your broke boyfriend is telling you, a 16-year-old, that you should get a job and he shouldn't pay for anything anymore.
Bro, I knew people in high school that had jobs, and let me tell you, they did not sound like they had great experiences.
No. You should be focusing on studies.
Yeah, you should be focusing on studies and figuring out what you want to do with your life.
And it sounds like you have mental issues too, because like you say that you just try not to off yourself. Which same, I was that way in high school.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, that's hard. You don't want to add another job just so that you give away that income to your boyfriend.
Yeah, like if for some reason you want a job. I'd advise against it, but use that money for yourself. That's your fucking money.
Save for your college if you want to go to college.
Your fucking college. Which even then, if you're lucky, you'll get Pell Grants and shit. But so you won't even have to work as much.
This is some really fishy shit, and I think you shouldn't drop this guy because he seems very unsafe.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, this is not a person I would trust. This is not. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, fucking bounce.
Yeah, and especially like it's hard enough. Losing a parent or losing family, and then being in a relationship that doesn't have this age problem, and dealing with parents of the other person. That's hard enough. That's something that is already something you're gonna have to deal with. You don't need this extra bullshit.
Yeah, of course not. No,
you don't need that. And I mean, I think it's great that you're thinking of terminating the relationship because you know what you can handle or what you can't handle, which is the skill, and you need to listen to yourself too.
And need to refine that skill, and this is the perfect moment to do it because this time your skill's probably right.
You're very intuitive that something's
fishy. bounce.
Yeah, absolutely. And you need to listen to that instead of listening to these people that are just going to manipulate you. And I'm fucking sorry that they are, because you're a goddamn 16-year-old girl with who's lost her mother.
Yeah.
They should not be doing that to you.
No, of course not. No.
But not everybody is going to be charitable to you, especially if you are somebody who comes from circumstances like this and you are young. They're going to try to take advantage of you. Sadly. It's sad, but that's, yeah. It sucks. But then you gotta fucking take care of yourself. Or go to your family members. Go to one of your family members and tell them that. Like your brother or your sister-in-law. Tell them what's going on. Have them tell you, like, what they think about the situation.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Solved it.
Fuck yeah. Fucking solved it.
God.
Also,
right.
that was really well written.
Yeah.
Honestly, I had a really I enjoyed that.
We don't talk about
it.
enough about the good writers. Congrats, you're a good writer.
Thank you. Thank you for writing well.
Thank you for writing well. Oh God, I don't edit.
You
these.
should write more, honestly.
Write more.
That was very thrilling.
Yeah. Some people that write in should be writers. Get a Substack. God.
I don't know.
That's
might
how you
be a
make your
skill
money.
or like a hobby. If you like doing that.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. All right, so this next story comes to us from Anonymous, and they have any pronouns.
Okay.
I'm gonna say they them.
All right. Yeah.
Hey, APWSTR, I'm currently in a sticky situation. I'm currently with this guy, let's call him Adam, and we've been happy together for quite a while now. But the thing is, I'm a lesbian, and I've been out for a while now. I told him I wouldn't break up with him for it because I do love him. I don't think I love him in that way anymore, though.
Oh.
I also think I'm in love with my best friend's girlfriend, let's call her Sam. I know that's pretty shitty of me. I know I've known the girlfriend for longer than my best friend has.
Classic.
And I've also had feelings for her longer than the best friend has. Me and Sam flirt platonically a ton, but I don't think I mean it platonically anymore. It's a really bad situation, and I hope I can get at least a little bit of help from y'all. I know y'all aren't professionals, but anything will do.
Thank you for acknowledging that we are not professionals.
Oh, I haven't said that yet. We're not professionals.
We're not professionals.
One day I'm going to...
Take our shit with a grain of salt.
One day I'm just going to put in big red letters, we are not professionals, over the beginning. Yeah.
We are not professionals.
But yeah, fucking...
So yeah, you got to tell him.
Yeah.
You got to tell him that you're not in love with him that way, that you are a lesbian and you are attracted to women and women only.
And you're going to have to...
If that is true.
Because then you're taking up their time, your boyfriend's time.
Yeah, true.
And at that point, if you know that's not something you want to pursue anymore,
yeah,
you gotta balance. I mean, there's probably a way to be friends still.
Yeah, if he's a genuine person, fucking.
That being said, I don't know how much I'm willing to bet on that. It's
well, I think that happens often.
Yeah, but
I think if you feel safe with telling him. And, which it sounds like since you're out already.
Yeah, I assume that.
Sounds like it would be fine.
Yeah, but
you just got to let him know, hey, listen, I just feel like we're friends.
Break up with that guy.
It's going to be really hard. It's going to be like a normal breakup.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people think that people that are gay in straight relationships, when they realize that they're gay and that they're not attracted to their partner anymore because of realizing their sexuality, they think that the breakup is like, whatever, see you, loser. I'm out of here. I'm going to go get pussy. It's like,
woo!
No, it's a real breakup. It's a real thing that's going to happen.
Yeah, so there's still going to be,
Yeah, it's still emotional for both parties. It's still a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's,
you got to break up with the guy.
You got to do that. That's part one.
Part two.
Stop crushing over this lady.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's going to be hard to get over that person, but you're going to be hurting.
Are they even gay?
Well, I mean, it's...
Oh, yeah.
I think... I don't know what the best friend's gender is, but I'm assuming... I have no idea what the gender of the best friend is. I think I think the implication is that the best friend's also female.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm not going to assume.
If they are gay, then it might just be like the first gay person you've known. And then you start crushing over them. Or if they're straight, you might be going through the phase where lesbians crush over straight girls.
Yeah. So I really don't. I think it's weird that I mean, it's weird to flirt platonically. I guess I don't know if that's how common
To
that
me,
is.
it's weird. I'm sure there
But
are
I
other
bet there's
women
ways,
who do
yeah.
it.
But like
Other
fucking,
people.
yeah. Yeah, no, I think
Yeah.
I think there's plenty of fish in the sea. Definitely cast your pole somewhere else.
Yeah, find another person and, try to like get that going. And
Yeah, because don't hurt your best friend.
yeah, respect their relationship.
Yeah, respect their relationship, even if you've don't. Okay, I've heard this excuse from another place, and I'm not gonna say. Don't use the excuse of I've been here longer.
Right.
Yeah, that's not like that's not
how it works.
That's not what we call a good argument. Yeah, capitalism's been around for a pretty long time. Doesn't mean we should fucking respect it that much,
Right. Well, it's not like I had my eye on her first.
I was here first. This was my.
It's pretty misogynistic a little bit. Yeah. Which I know you don't mean that. Like I know you're not gonna go do that.
But yeah, no, I think you should probably find someone else.
Go out, date around. A new person is gonna blow your fucking mind.
Yeah.
I promise you that's gonna happen, and then you're gonna be like, oh shit, my best friend's girlfriend who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then and you still have your best friend, and you don't have to hurt anyone.
Yeah.
So that's how you do it. But
you just gotta do the hard stuff.
You just gotta do the hard stuff.
But it's worth it.
It's worth. I mean, yeah, it's gonna.
If it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it.
Exactly. Yeah. The easy thing is just to fuck everyone over. It's either you pay for it now by doing all the hard stuff, or you do the easy stuff where you say, I'm gonna stay with this guy, but then also
flirt with this girl and fuck
then,
up two relationships.
Yeah,
and then
you're just fucking over.
Yeah, you're gonna pay for it later.
Yeah.
Plus, then if you do end up in a relationship with your crush, then like there's no trust to be had in that relationship, because now you know that she will cheat, and she knows that you are willing to go and break up a relationship.
Yeah. So
there's no point really.
Yeah. So yeah, I would
It's not gonna be healthy.
Yeah. So do the hard part now.
Yeah.
Eat your vegetables so you can have your ice cream later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Solved it,
baby. I gotta pee again. Damn. I'm sorry. Jesus.
Oh my god.
I know I have a hairline right now, or the tan line.
Tan line, yeah.
But I need my hair up, so we're just gonna deal with it, and you can all bully me in the comments down below.
Is it because it's bothering you? It's like at the length where it's bothering you.
Yeah. I mean, it's always gonna be. It's not heavy enough to fall down enough.
Right.
Stay the fuck back. How bad is it?
Oh, it looks good.
No, not that much of a tan line.
Oh no, yeah, that's still there.
This is what you get for judging me. I know someone there is. Don't get on my fucking camera.
Damn.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right.
Okay.
Eye for an eye. Biblical style.
Okay, this is from Ivy, she, her. Am I the asshole? Am I? Am I the... Wouldn't that be funny if that's how it started? Like, tell me. Tell me right now.
Yeah,
no, okay. This is Ivy, she, her. Am I the asshole? This story is about me, 20, and my ex-boyfriend, 24, he, him. We'll call him Tony. Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony. Well, we've actually been broken up for about a year now and have barely spoke since we've broken up and haven't seen each other at all.
Oh, you bastard.
The only occasions that we've communicated since we've broken up are because he reaches out to me begging for another chance, or once when I message him to please stop lurking on my social media.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
We are not following each other or friends on any social media at all, and liking my several-month-old post and just being creepy in general.
Yeah, that's not great.
When we dated, he treated me pretty poorly. He couldn't keep a job for more than a few months, and the jobs that he did get were shitty and little pay. One job he got was actually at a liquor store under the table, and he only worked for about 15 hours a week. And on top of that, they were only paying him $6 an hour. Literally under minimum wage.
Yeah, that's what we call, you gotta call the government.
Yeah, you gotta call, I assume he did that for a reason. Like, maybe not. Maybe he's just a dummy. But
I mean, yeah, I wonder. That's not great, though.
Yeah, if he doesn't want to get caught doing that, I don't know. He also did not have a car or his own home. He mooshed off of his sick and old grandmother who lived off of food stamps and disability checks.
Jesus.
Tony was unhygienic and never made any real effort to better himself in any way. He was living in a very poor situation with a few pretty bad people. There's a lot of major drug use, fights, police, and other chaotic things constantly going on at his place. I put up with a lot, cooking for him, driving him around in my car, cleaning his room, doing his laundry, and helping take care of his cat. I paid for everything through our relationship and ended up mostly just feeling like his mother. On top of constantly catering and taking care of him, he still even had the audacity to let me find messages of him hitting up other girls 2 different times.
Ooh.
Each time there was some sorry excuse about being drunk, and he would cry and freak out and break things and threaten to hurt himself if I ever left him. Sounds good. Great.
I beg to differ.
I honestly did care about him, and I had convinced myself he was some kind of victim of unfair circumstances. I felt like I was in a relationship with a child. I finally ended up finding 2 videos he had saved to his brand new phone from his Snapchat memories of his ex-girlfriend and him having oral sex. I was extremely upset considering he had only just got this phone, so I know he had went through his Snapchat to find these videos.
Scrolled all the way.
Just to download them to his camera roll. Joke's on you, that was a memory. I bet you.
God, that probably wasn't. You're right. Yeah,
most likely. 8 years ago.
God.
Oh my God. This was the last straw. I grabbed the clothes I had at his place and went home. We didn't break up right away, but I communicated to him that I wasn't sure about a relationship anymore. A few days later, he was supposed to start a job at Walmart, and I was very glad for him because they were paying a lot more than most places, and I thought he might actually be trying to better himself. But he literally didn't show up for his first day. He lived walking distance from this Walmart and didn't go for his first day because his grandpa's truck wouldn't start. 15-minute walk.
Yeah, that's a doable walk.
Yeah.
It would be like maybe 30 minutes walk. I would be like, okay, maybe.
Yeah, that's a lot. But like 15
minutes?
My God.
Yeah, no,
come on,
that's
man.
not. Yeah, no, you should be able to do that. Hopefully, unless there's something wrong with if you can't, literally physically can't.
Yeah,
but like Jesus.
That was when I went through with my decision and ended the relationship for good. Since then, he's tried getting back with me several times. He wouldn't stop messaging me for around a month and a half after I left him. And after he finally stopped shortly after, he began going through my social media and liking old posts and would try reaching out to me to try again. I told him that I didn't have feelings for him anymore and that I did not want to get back together. I told him I didn't want to be friends and that I didn't want him on my social media and that the only reason he ever needed to contact me was if he needed help with his cat because I love his cat and I would always be there for him.
Steal the cat.
Fucking awesome. He said okay, and I thought he understood. Until once again I noticed him viewing my Instagram story, and when I clicked on his profile, all his bio said was, "I miss you." I was grossed out.
Yeah, I'd be grossed out too. Jesus
Christ, this guy. At this point, it's been almost a year, and I thought he would have moved on by now. He followed me on Instagram a few days later, and I immediately removed him as a follower. A few days later, he messaged me at 4 a.m. to beg me to go on a date with him. I told him no, and that it was actually really weird that he hadn't moved on.
What's weird about it? It's only been a year. Hey, come
I'm
on.
Tony. Hey, gabagool. Get on a date with Tony. Hey, gabagool. We only dated for 9 months. You were broken up for longer than your relationship.
And still got come back.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
And he never made any real effort to make me happy or keep me, besides threatening to harm himself or laying behind my car so I couldn't leave his house. I ended up getting kind of angry and I lashed out. I told him that he is a loser and that I simply have higher standards now. He tried to make me feel stupid by bragging about how he allegedly makes $1,000 a week at his new job.
Sure. That's really, there's no reason to believe that. There's literally no reason. He wouldn't go to a fucking Walmart job.
Wouldn't go to a Walmart job. I make $15 an hour. Walmart pays $15 an hour. He should be making $2,000 a week. No, $2,000. Yeah. So he probably does make $1,000 a week. That's about what I make in a month. Fuck. I don't know. I can't do math. I'm drunk.
15 times 40
is 600. I know. Can you cut this out?
No,
Please cut this out. I look so dumb.
that's to you when you watch this later.
I don't believe that he makes 1,000K.
No, yeah, I
a
don't
week.
believe him either. No, that's at least like what? That's $25 an hour.
Yeah, he
That's
doesn't
like
do that.
unless he's like somehow got like a, I don't know, like a welder job or something.
Yeah, somehow he
like
did that.
like a professional, you know, like a quote unquote professional. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, a high paying job of some sort. I don't. I want that job. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. Why don't I have that job?
Yeah. I don't. There's no reason to believe this guy.
Either way, he sucks.
Yeah,
So
no, he sucks anyway. So there's no reason to go back to him.
doesn't matter. I told him that I don't care about money, and I asked him if he was making that much now, then how come he still lives with a bunch of crackheads and has no car?
Ooh.
I told him he was pathetic, and he ended up blocking me. The next day, I got a screenshot message from a random girl on Instagram of Tony asking her to please unfollow me because I am a stupid bitch and he hates me. Was I wrong for rejecting him so cruelly? Am I the asshole? What do you think, Josh? Is she the asshole?
We're gonna play my favorite game.
Yeah.
I'm going to relay the information that you just gave me. Mostly that last part.
Fun.
Listen. Let's give a little bit. Let's play a fun game of this game.
Yeah.
Let's give the benefit of the doubt.
Oh.
Let's say theoretically, hypothetically, unrealistically, he's making somehow $1,000 a week. A thing that most people, I think, would kill for right now.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. $1,000, and he's upset that you think that he's lying. I don't think the appropriate move is to go to some random person to him and tell that person, huh?
I don't think it's random.
Okay,
This is my intuition about this story.
yeah.
Is he only messages you every few months because he goes and fucks other girls,
And then comes back.
and then when they break up with him because he's a fucking scrub,
like, babe, please come back. Oh,
he goes back to you because you dated him for the longest amount of time,
probably, honestly.
and you haven't had him blocked yet.
Yeah.
So he knows that there's possibly a chance that you will take care of him like a little baby, but now all these other women are saying, no, I don't want that. And then he just gets horny at 4 a.m. and is like, hey, babe. Because listen, this is the evidence. He's proven to keep nudes from exes. So he still pines for his exes.
Still pines for exes.
He like fucking carries them like they're fucking,
like Pokemon.
Yeah, he collects them like goddamn Pokemon. And it's like, maybe Snorlax will give me a hand job, you know? Maybe
Fingers
Pikachu
crossed,
will give me a hand job.
Yeah.
Let's try.
Does that.
Yeah.
You had to care for him.
Yeah.
And you literally felt like a fucking, like, more of a parental figure than a romantic partner.
Which is awesome. Every woman wants to feel like that.
Yeah. And stalked you.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
Yeah. Cool and fun.
You're not the
And then
asshole.
called you a stupid bitch.
And then called you a stupid bitch while trying to get someone to unfollow you and block you.
Yeah.
I don't think you're the asshole.
No.
For some reason, I don't.
No.
I don't mean be a dick, but like you're not the asshole. It's pretty. It's cut and dry.
There's nothing wrong with being poor, and I think that could explain a lot of the issues that he has, where he's just poor.
Yeah,
but there is something wrong with treating somebody badly just because you're poor.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, yeah.
You know,
I don't know what else to say other than you're not the asshole. Like, yeah, he's kind of a loser. I'm sorry.
He is a loser.
Yeah. I'm, like fucking, I, wish him all the best, whatever. But like, get him the fuck out of your life. Block him.
This isn't like he can't get a job. He got a job at Walmart.
He got a job at Walmart and then just didn't go to it.
Yeah. This is just he's proven that he's just fucking
Listen, I don't want to go
shit.
to a job at Walmart either. But
No,
like,
me
if I had to pay the bills and that was the only job available, I would do it. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't think you're the asshole for being a little bit rude, which even then I'm like, I kind of get it. Because like,
yeah,
you've dealt with this shit for a year and 9 months.
He fucked around on you.
He fucked around on you and then is angry that you won't take him back for some reason. Yeah.
You helped him out so much.
And got fuck all in return.
He fucking tried to fuck you over by cheating on you.
Yeah.
And I promise you, him texting other girls did not stop after your relationship. He
No, yeah,
texted
it
other
kept-
girls. He cheated on other girls.
Kept doing it.
And he kept doing it until they fucking left. And then he tried to text you again and whatever
And
other
probably
exes
texted, yeah, a bunch of
that
other
he
people.
has too. Because he's
Yeah.
just looking for a handout, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't take it that personally.
No,
honestly.
yeah, I don't think it's personal. I think he's just a douchebag.
Yeah, he's just a douche.
And you should cut him out of your life and don't let him near your stories ever again.
And don't even worry about it.
I know that he blocked you. You gotta block him back.
Yeah, you should.
That's the one thing you gotta do now.
Yeah, you have to do it.
Yeah, everywhere, wherever you can.
Somebody will take care of the cat. Don't worry.
Yeah, steal the cat.
Steal his cat.
APWSTR does not condone stealing of any kind.
I do.
No,
Steal his cat.
don't do it. This is a bit.
For the police. For the police?
This is a bit.
Don't steal cats. No. For my listeners, steal a cat. They should steal.
Jailed it. Because you're
Nailed
going
it.
to jail now, Sarah, for condoning.
Jailed it more like.
Ayo. This last story comes to us from Anonymous.
Yeah.
She, they.
Mm.
Hey, APWSTR. I'm looking for some advice.
Okay.
My partner, 20 he, him, and I, 21 she, they, have been together for 3.5 years. We spent most of that time as a long-distance couple for various reasons. The only time we weren't a long-distance couple, we were living together, and this was completely unplanned due to the pandemic.
Mm.
I happened to be staying with him and his mom when the first lockdown was announced, so I had to stay after that too. For context, we were in the UK.
Okay.
I moved out in the summer so I could see my family, and also so I could move my stuff from my university halls to my second-year house. That was when I realized things were starting to go downhill.
Ooh.
I moved back to university early to make sure that I got a head start on setting up for my job and preparing myself for living without anyone else cooking for me again.
Hmm.
It was around that then that I noticed that he didn't talk to me very much anymore. Around Christmas, I decided to start building my own PC so that I didn't have to use my laptop all the time.
That's cool.
That's easy enough, and he had done it so many times before it made sense for me to ask him for help.
Yeah.
He did. He got together a parts list for me to refer back to, and for Christmas and my birthday that year, he bought me parts to go towards the build.
That's chill.
On my birthday that year, in January, he did, however, forget, quote-unquote, to send me a message or call me. He'd already told me a number of times that he'd book it off of work, so I knew he wasn't busy because the original plan, without the lockdown, was for him to come and stay with me for a couple of days. He didn't send me any messages until that whole day, until I messaged him around 10 p.m. and asked him what was going on, and the next day he came to mine with flowers as an apology for a very quick visit, outside only. We had talked for about 20 minutes and then drove home again.
Sus.
Yeah. Then everything felt like it was going okay, nothing too major, until my birthday this year came around. He came to mine and we spent the day running errands. We went to the supermarket, we got Domino's, I picked up my new glasses, etc.
Hell yeah.
He gave me some gifts, and then we went back home because he wasn't sure if he had work the next day, so he needed to check. He didn't have work, but he did go in on time just in case.
Okay.
Then Valentine's Day this year came around, and he came to mine after work. We spent some time talking and napping, and then we got dinner, watched a movie together, and I gave him the presents I got him.
Nice.
I had spent a fair bit of money on him for Valentine's this year because I kept finding things I wanted to give him.
Mood.
When he opened the last gift, the most expensive, he started crying and told me off for spending so much. He said he hadn't gotten me anything because he didn't know what to get me because I didn't ask for anything. I had to point out to him that he didn't ask for anything either, and I just got him things I thought he would like. He said something to the effect of, "But you're so good at finding things for me," and immediately I just felt like at that moment, this boy didn't ever actually notice me. He doesn't know anything that I'm into, and he doesn't notice what I'm like and what I don't like. I don't know how to talk to him about this. I don't want to come across as rude, and I don't want to hurt him by essentially saying, "I can do this, why can't you?"
Yeah.
Any help and advice that is not leave him
Right.
will be highly appreciated.
No, yeah, I don't think you should actually.
Yeah. I also want to point out that this is not and never has been a money thing. I don't care about how
Right.
much money he spends or on me, nor how he compares with what I spend on him.
Yeah.
It's the thought that goes into buying a gift for someone that you think they'll like that's missing. He could have shown up with a piece of paper that said coupon for 1 free stretch. I like when he helps me stretch my back out, and I would have been happy.
That's cute. Yeah, well, it seems like he cares about you.
He does, yeah. I don't think there's like a complete malicious intent.
No,
I mean, unless there's more context we're missing for some reason. But I think that with what we're given,
I think it's just a communication problem.
yeah, and like,
But I completely get the feeling of like, okay, Josh, I'm gonna put you on blast. Josh is bad at giving gifts. like without me telling him what to do. If I told you, hey, you have to choose what gift to get me for my birthday, I think you would spontaneously combust, I think.
No, I would go to the ATM and withdraw 20.
Yeah, you would give me like cash or something, which is not what I want, not, I want like a gift that is thoughtful. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, and I get that. And like, I mean.
So we have a thing where we tell each other what we want. And you also don't want like a surprise gift, really. I ask you what you need.
Yeah, I just don't like giving and receiving gifts.
That's not your thing, really.
Not really. And like, I mean, I don't know. I think like, because I mean, I do understand the perspective of like, wanting to give someone something because they, you thought about it. And yeah, I get that. But I mean, I guess because I'm weirdly detached from society, I guess.
Yeah.
Part of me is just like, can we just get a wish list? And
that's what you would prefer. You know what I mean? But I do get the feeling of like, why can't my partner just, think about the things that I like and get me something that he thinks that I will like? And for some people, that's really hard to do. And I think I've just sort of realized like, it's just like some people are bad at gift giving, some people are good at gift giving. It doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't mean that they don't love you or they don't notice you.
Yeah.
It's just like a source of stress and anxiety for some people, and it's a source of joy for other people.
Yeah.
So you might just need to sit them down and talk to them and be like, hey, listen, I really, this Valentine's Day fucked me up. Because I really you could have written down something on a sheet of paper and give it to me, and I would have felt more loved. And it likely is like a love language issue.
Yeah, that's what I...
Gift giving is probably your love language.
Yeah.
Or one of your higher ones, so...
Yeah, and I will say, the only thing that I find a little off-putting is that one birthday where he didn't respond. And like,
yeah, that's weird.
That was a little weird.
That's very strange.
But then, I mean, shit happens, I guess, to give benefit of the doubt. But then, like, it's still weird to not respond for a whole day.
Yeah, and that's something that you need to talk to him about.
Yeah, because if you're still remembering that this far in,
it still bothers you, and you should talk to him about it. Especially if you've never talked about it. I would be like, where the fuck were you, bitch?
Yeah.
What the hell?
So,
but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't
think immediately break up, but definitely sit him down and talk to him and tell him your stuff about gift giving. And let him tell you his perspective about gift giving and try to come to a compromise. Like maybe he just needs a list of things that you want, and he's okay with getting gifts from you. Then you can do it like that. Now, if that's bad for you, you can give him like a gift list of ideas of things that you like. You know what I mean?
True, because I definitely understand because I can also understand if you like go into a store. And even if you walk past stuff that like, oh yeah, I think they would like it. Maybe like there's maybe that part of the brain isn't functioning where like you walk past. Like I know you like psychology, and you like philosophy.
Yeah.
Not psychology, sorry, philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
But like I know you like philosophy, but sometimes
it's a lot of things.
It's a lot of things. So you don't, because I remember I went to a Barnes and Noble one time to get you books.
Yeah.
And I was just staring at it like, I don't know what the fuck.
It's not that you don't know who I am.
Yeah, it's like sometimes it's difficult.
It's just hard to choose. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like, because sometimes it's kind of like when you go on Netflix and there's 15 million movies and you're like, fuck, which one is we're both going to like?
It's not like you don't like watching movies. It's that there are too many choices.
Yeah, so I mean, I can definitely understand that. Yeah. I definitely get that feeling a lot, where it's like, huh.
But I can also understand where you're coming from because of the events that have led up to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he helped you with the computer thing, and he helped you get parts for your computer. That's why I feel like it's very similar to our relationship.
Yeah, he had a list of something.
And he was able to get you things for that.
Yeah.
And it was all utility based. Because you like to give me things that like help me. You know what I mean? So maybe it's similar for him. Maybe he's just more like, he likes getting gifts that are more for his utility, and he likes giving gifts that are going to help people.
Yeah.
But you would rather, I'm totally with you that I would just rather like, you could give me like a fucking stuffed animal and I would be like, oh my God, hell yeah.
Meanwhile, I want a fucking hard drive.
Yeah, Josh wants hard drives and shit.
I want SM7Bs and RV20s and Camwas.
And Cowboys. Like, I could send Josh $200 and it would go towards whatever it is that he wants.
Paying my debt.
Yeah, and he would be like, well, okay, I would tell you it's not for paying your debt, it's for getting an object.
A credit card so I can pay off my
Oh my
debt.
God. I could send Josh money and he would be happy with that.
Yeah.
And think that's a good gift. Like, I sent him money for a stream deck for his stream.
Oh yeah.
And he
true.
like did not stop thanking me for it for like a year and a half.
Yeah, because it helps out a lot.
But to some people, that's not a real gift because I just sent him money.
Money's a gift.
Some people, that's not. It's like not as thoughtful.
I get that. I get that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's like a little impersonal. But if you have like
yeah, it is impersonal. But I do think I mean, it's the thought of like, someone worked hard to earn this and they were nice enough to like
yeah.
give this to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I kind of view it,
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
Someone worked at doing the math like, okay, I know they work 15 hours a day.
Yeah, right.
$15 an hour and then
Some people need that thought,
I get it.
behind the gift first.
And that's fair. I can definitely understand that.
Yeah.
But I'm utilitarian, baby.
I feel that.
I'm what they call utilitarian socialist.
Utilitarian. But yeah, no, it's just something that like, you have to compromise about. And also you gotta tell him to text you more.
Yeah, tell him to text you a little bit more.
What the fuck? Tell him that we think that's weird that he doesn't text you.
Yeah, tell him.
And tell him that us
two random podcasters think that it's really weird when you don't text me.
It's nice he showed up with flowers or whatever. He had the thought to get you flowers
That's
when
true,
he fucked up.
So, there's brain's not completely empty on that.
Yeah. He has the ability.
Yeah, you just gotta nudge him a little bit.
You just gotta nudge him. Yeah.
You gotta wave a $20 bill in his face and be like, you want this? You gotta give me a nice gift.
I'm all for infantilizing your boyfriends,
Yeah.
Just go and be like, okay, buddy, Valentine's Day is coming up. I would like flowers and chocolate, please. Now remember, you gotta give flowers and chocolate.
I've never been talked down to this badly before. I thought my mom was this bad.
And then like a week before Valentine's Day, go, what are you getting me for Valentine's Day?
If you do that, I'm gonna fucking leave. There's a limit, Sarah. There's a fucking limit.
Are you getting me anything? Because if you don't, I'm gonna get real mad.
First of all, you know what? Solved it.
Solved
it. That's the show, everybody.
That's the end of the show because we're
That's the
breaking
end of the
up.
show. That's it. Game over.
Game
116.
over. We're done.
Before Sarah, on this last episode that everyone will see, what do you want to plug before?
Fucking follow me on Twitter, bitch. Fucking single now. Go on Twitter. If
you're giving me shit about Tinder in the beginning of this the thing.
If any of you want to give me flowers and chocolate on Valentine's Day, you can. You just have to follow me at SQUINTON271. That's SQUINTON271. Thank you so much.
They're doing the fucking ooh fucking.
Ooh.
Me, the biggest asshole on the planet. I'm Joshua Chinland on Twitter. A guy nicknamed JC on Twitch.
Fuck that bitch for wanting flowers. Fuck her. 3.5 years. Fuck that. Shit's fucking dumb.
APWSTR.
I'm Joshua Chinland.
APWSTR on TikTok, Twitter, Buy Me a Coffee, Patreon. A podcast will save this on Instagram, and a podcast will save this on YouTube and everywhere you get your fucking podcasts.
Fellas, is it gay to give your girlfriend flowers on Valentine's Day? Damn, you can't fucking say that. You're not a part of the LGBTQ community.
Jesus, I can't win anything today, huh? Jesus. I'm just a little fucking baby that doesn't know anything. And that's the show, everybody.
And that's why you need to get reminded.
Thank you all for listening.
Here's a little reminder. My
love you guys.
birthday's
Bye.
coming up.
Sarah, say goodbye to all of them.
See ya.
It's raining right now.
Yeah, God's crying because of my
crying.
voice. Yeah.
You fucking offended my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. which is
Yeah.
half true because I'm agnostic.
No, that's my dad crying. That's my dad crying over my behavior tonight.
Your dad in fucking heaven being like, why does she hate men so much?
He's turned into an incel in heaven.
Oh my god. No sex in heaven, sorry.
No sex in heaven, it's true.
Well, as we all know, no woman's allowed in heaven, so. That's what Joel Osteen taught me.
Get all the flowers you want in hell, says Joshua Chinlin.